My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is a promotional message for Alexia Sweet Potato Fries. And in the process of elucidating you on all the wondrous virtues Alexia Sweet Potato Fries have to offer, I intend to do so in a prodigious manner befitting of such a superlative side. That's because all Alexia creations are creatively crafted, from sweet potato fries that accomplish a delicate balance of sweet and savoury, without GMOs or superfluous additives, to the eloquent lexicon of our advertisements, like this one, because every Alexia experience is intended to feel creatively crafted and exceptional without exception. Alexia's Sweet Potato Fries. Do procure them in your grocer's freezer.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Get it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 19 and episode number 4080. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my cock. And you, Hardeman's Row. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has the best airports for fast food. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a Men's Room shout of the day, funable listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack,
drink it to drown. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the category wheel. We will spin the category wheel. Thank you, Ted.
Sorry, I'm a little slow, man.
He's hotboxing over there in the studio today. And then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. So far this year, our biggest dummy is the lovely and talented Pam. who thought disco balls was a dance-induced medical condition and found a way to answer 13 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Well, of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
To be a contestant to play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Bring excitement to your landscape with proven winners, Color Choice Shrubs. These flowering shrubs and evergreens have been trialed and tested by experts to make sure they look better and bloom better, so they're just as easy to care for as what's in your landscape now, but a whole lot more colorful and interesting. Look for proven winners, Color Choice Shrubs, in the distinctive white container at your local garden center, or learn more at provenwinnerscolorchoice.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but away we go. Welcome to Season 19, Episode number 4080. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Head Chef is back in the house. Ted's Meat and Potatoes. The best airports in America for fast food.
Was this as in the number of options that they have, or just maybe the more unique options you can't find other places?
Kind of both.
Because I know Miles goes on with the Atlanta airport. What is it, Bojangles?
They have a Bojangles.
Yeah. And like that's always your thing. If I go through Atlanta, I'm going to Bojangles.
If I'm close. It's a big airport.
Some people get really fired up if there's like a Chick-fil-A because they're not nationwide.
Yep.
A lot of that is just kind of regional stuff, but also some airports just don't have fast food in them.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's Ted, I'd never experienced Chick-fil-A before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm flying, and I have a layover in Covington. And I'm flying from Pittsburgh to Covington, then from Covington, Cincinnati Airport to Seattle. I don't know why I had that route. I was like,
that's a horrible
took off, landed. Anyway, see the sign as we're taxiing in. Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, the red sign, it's lit up. I'm like, man, finally, I get to find out what this is all about.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. Oops. I flew back on a Sunday. I also did not know they were closed on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this was like, I learned it all in, a matter of 5 minutes. I'm like, because I asked somebody, I was like, what's up with the Chick-fil-A? And I'm like, oh, they're never open on Sunday.
Nah, that's kind of their thing. Like
and
6 days a week.
I did not know that. So I just kind of looked at the menu through the grate, and just checked it out.
Through the grate.
Moved on. SeaTac.
That's a sad sight.
SeaTac, since they've redone the airport, now they are known as one of the better airports in the United States as far as quality dining and food.
There are some spots there, yeah.
San Jose's another one. So they're like the top two. But as far as fast food goes, if you just want to grab something real quick, I believe the Wendy's is still there at SeaTac. The McDonald's is still there.
There's a Burger King. I know there's a Subway.
Mm-hmm. There's just a handful compared to all of the other stuff. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, there's a lot of good local stuff.
Yeah.
The one that I missed is the Anthony's.
God, that was
my bar, that was my food, that was my jam in the middle there. I think they got rid of that, which sucks because I thought the food was fantastic. You just hang out at the bar, man, and kind of go your way. Anyway, we've got fast food options.
Dallas Fort Worth has a Whataburger. Came in from the text.
Well, yeah, because you're in Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, right, that's some of it. I don't know. There's just some chain restaurants, too, that show up in other airports. Miles and I have talked about, like, that little, the Little Fridays in the Pittsburgh airport?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think it should be regional. If you go to Logan Airport in Boston, there should be illegal seafood there.
Yeah, something.
There's no reason that the Atlanta airport should
Smith family popcorn.
Yeah, they shouldn't have.
They should. I think there is illegal seafood.
Oh, really?
They should have 5 freaking Waffle Houses in the Atlanta airport, period. Just for people who want to go in and get breakfast real quick before their flight. I mean, Waffle House will get you in and out in a half an hour, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you got that much time, I mean, that would be the kind of place to be like, dude, I got a Waffle House. Let's go. So the best airports for fast food coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. What else do we have for you? More locations for the brand's new Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing. Please, if you happen to find the beer out there, shoot us an email to the men's room at KISW.com. Take a picture if you're in a grocery store, or take a picture of the display or whatever.
And you've done a great job so far, man. It's unreal.
They keep on rolling in, and we've got more locations coming up to bring you, including the sections. If you are headed to T-Mobile tonight for the Mariners home opener, there are a couple locations within the stadium that happen to carry the beer. So if you're looking for a good beer, you haven't tried it yet, you're going to the ballpark tonight, we'll let you know where those are coming up on the show.
I'm laughing because I just looked up Logan Airport because I was pretty sure I ate illegal seafood there. Me and my brother, they do have one, and we sat there. It's my brother and I after a wedding. We said, let's get some oysters, right? And the guy comes over, and he's explaining the menu. We got these great oysters. They are from Penn Cove.
Yeah,
I was like, you can save the speech, brother. Like, I'm flying back to Seattle.
Oh, dude,
These are our regulars.
I went to a seafood place in San Diego. It was all Puget Sound. It was British Columbia. It was
we're just
everything.
used to it, but like they are internationally renowned.
But they were cheaper.
Really?
They're cheaper. I could not believe it. We went for happy hours, $250 oysters. I mean, like, and then the regular ones were
I live next
they
to
were
where they're from.
$30 a dozen regularly. I'm just like, wait, how in the hell do you ship them down there, do all that stuff, and we still pay more here? Penn Cove mussels, oysters. It doesn't matter what the hell it is, man. It's
ridiculous.
It is a weird dynamic. But yeah, we got more locations coming up for the Men's Room IPA, and those locations for you tonight if you're headed to the Mariners and the Red Sox game. And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. Our biggest dummy so far, brand new champion Pam, crowned last week. And we decided new rule as we make them up as we go along, that if you beat the record, that's where it stands. Right. You are done as a contestant. So Pam got to 13 questions, and from there, we cut her off. But Doneen is no longer the biggest dummy. Pam has
just had to say it one more time.
I did.
That's the worst part, Pam. Here's the thing. Right? So now you're the biggest dummy. We were having fun for weeks calling Doneen, and now it's just Pam. Like, there's nothing to make fun of. Pam.
So when we play Big Dummy, we also like to do a little men's room poll. They asked people if they could get 99% off something for life on a Reddit discussion, or maybe it was BuzzFeed, I can't remember. What would they take? And the choices were entertainment. And that means all your sporting tickets, all your, concert tickets, anything involved in entertainment, you would get 99% off for life. You go to the movies, whatever the deal is, they mentioned streaming services on there.
Right, all that stuff.
All the different things. Entertainment was one. Transportation was another. Be it the gas that you put in your car, a plane ticket. Transportation was another option where you would get 99% off for life. That includes your car insurance and everything else. Drugs and alcohol, another choice. Pretty self-explanatory. And taxes was the final choice to get 99% off for life. So, as we put the poll up, if you follow us on Twitter or X or whatever at Men's Room Live, here's how the results shook out. Coming in at fourth place with only 10% of the votes, for 99% off for life, you took drugs and alcohol.
All right.
Okay. At 16%, coming in third place, that would be entertainment. So you said, yeah, I want to get those tickets and everything else. Transportation came in second place at 24%. And overwhelmingly, I think the most intelligent choice, it's not sexy, but taxes.
Yeah, for sure.
That was number one with 50%. Okay. So this week on the poll, BuzzFeed, they put together a list of some of the nastiest foods that actors have had to eat while filming.
Ah, right. Okay.
So the next time you have to eat your sister-in-law's cooking, just pretend you're in one of these actors' shoes. Here are some of the highlights.
Wow. Sister-in-law catches trays.
Well, see, because they don't want to say your mom, people get offended. You know what I mean? They don't want to say your wife, people get offended. It's like, your sister-in-law.
I just took that personal credit where credit's due. My sister-in-law, Amy, is a phenomenal cook.
I was going to say, who's Do you have a family member where you're like, do we have to eat there?
Yeah, my mother. Except for breakfast. My mother can hook up a mean breakfast, but again, she'll admit it herself, like eat dinner at your own risk. It's not going to be great. Let's just order.
My brother's a great cook. My sister's a great cook. My mom's a great cook. My grandmother's a great cook. My stepfather's a great cook.
My mom's a bad
My dad
baker.
doesn't cook.
Right.
But if you look at the family photos, like you can tell everybody can kind of cook.
My dad doesn't cook. He just stands over your shoulder and watches and asks what you're doing.
Right.
I like to cook, but I do that too.
Okay.
You do, but I'm so used to it from you. I mean, but with Ted, it's a whole presentation. As soon as Ted walks in your home, the first thing he's going to do is open your fridge. Have a couple conversations about condiments. So with all the
And I am interested.
You genuinely are. So it's like, it's not offensive. Like, you're asking the same way people ask about an art piece at a museum.
I like watching people cook when I've never cooked the dish they're making.
Sure.
So I'll sit at the counter or the bar or whatever, just see what they're doing so I can understand the process of it, so I can maybe learn something. But
my family all kind of has their own specialty that they will cook. Like, I know what I'm getting when I go to their houses.
It's the same thing every time.
If I don't know what it is, then I know that it's going to be something good regardless of what it is. You know, my wife's family, phenomenal cooks, all of them. They do great. My wife is a wonderful cook. My dad's decent. Like he can cook what he knows how to cook.
But the thing with your wife, okay, because I know her choice of diet is different than ours.
Bro, you'd like it.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Because I know she likes to lean vegetarian. I know she'll eat meat now, but I'm just saying, like,
there's a lot of things that are vegetarian that are not vegetables.
I've had a few of her dishes. I'll vouch for her. She can cook.
Okay.
Yeah. But there is one member of my family that should know how to cook because they went to school to cook, and they do not do well with cooking.
Really?
Suck at it.
Wonder who it is. Went to school for cooking, you idiot.
Yeah. So here are some of the highlights that actors had to eat while filming. This one is disgusting. We go to the 1968 classic Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm. An actual human.
The human remains that zombies feasted on, maybe worse. Ham and sheep organs doused in chocolate syrup.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think I could fight through that, but that is bad.
Right. Okay. Next, we have Season 1 of Game of Thrones. In 2011, Emilia Clarke eats a stallion heart that is actually solidified jam that tasted like bleach and raw pasta. She had to eat about 28 of those.
Right.
So
do it again.
She required a spit bucket during production to spit it out when she was done. The 1988 classic Vampire Kiss. That movie, Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage. He ate a cockroach and washed it down with a shot of whiskey. Now, that one, so far on the list, I think would be the most tolerable based on the fact that the shot of whiskey is going to kill all of the flavor in your mouth. And plus, you get to do a shot of whiskey. You got a back on it. So either way, that doesn't seem like the worst. It almost seems like maybe the whiskey was not written in, but Nick said, hey,
right.
I got an idea. Why don't I just wash this down with a shot of whiskey at the end of it?
Would you pick it without the whiskey?
No.
Okay.
No,
I mean, with the whiskey, all right, I can do this.
Right.
You know, but you're right. I think I'd have to pull the Nick Cage. If what you're saying is true, like, we're going to add that I washed it down with whiskey.
I feel like Nick Cage adds, we're going to need a shot of whiskey with this to a lot of the roles.
Well, would you go to a bar and just get a shot of pickle juice?
Well, yes.
You would.
But, I mean, I love pickle juice.
Okay, all right. See,
that's not fair.
I will take the pickle back. But I am not. But I still want a shot of whiskey first.
I bet you would take the pickle back.
I'll take that pickle back.
I'll take that pickle back.
1992's Batman Returns. Danny DeVito. He ate raw bluefish with a mixture of mouthwash and spirulina, which is a type of algae.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Danny DeVito in that movie was the Penguin, right?
Correct. Hence eating the raw fish.
Oh, okay. All
yeah,
right.
Penguin.
All right.
Come on, man.
I know. I'm just still thinking.
I like you're like, why would a man named the Penguin?
Okay, but you got to remember, man. Like, what does Batman eat? We've never seen Batman eat. We don't know what Batman eat. What do bats eat? Bugs.
Yeah,
they fly around lights and eat bugs. You ever see Batman eat bugs? No, he doesn't. So
I think he does it in the privacy of his own home.
That's like saying, what does the Joker eat? I don't know. I didn't know that he actually ate in the movie.
I mean, she has her own movie.
Okay, all right.
That's not makeup.
Oh, God.
In the
Any time is right for the Joker.
In the 2006 movie Rescue
I guess
Dawn.
we know what Batman eats too, right? Wasn't that in one of the movies and people got all mad? Like, you can't have Batman doing that.
Not that it wasn't one of the movies, but they made it a point like, no, he does not do that.
It was in a comic book. They wanted to allude to the fact, because I guess he was having his relationship with Catwoman or whatever. But anyway, they just wanted to allude to the fact that Batman had a proclivity for the canyon yodeling.
Loves Catwoman.
And immediately there's backlash. Like, you can't do that. And then it became, well, why can't we just make the it's not a storyline. It's just kind of a reference to the fact that he satisfied this lady without penetration, we shall say. And they said, you absolutely, it's like what you're telling me, this guy, he can go around and kill people. He's a vigilante. He's got all this dough. He's a good-looking dude. He's a billionaire. He's a playboy. But he doesn't do that. Superman might not do that. But I get the feeling Batman's like, hell yeah.
Bank robbery going down. Batman walks in, all of a sudden you hear,
Hold on. I need 5.
And then he goes into the bank.
Where is the facility?
Nothing real ever happens in these movies.
Do you have a public restroom?
And he's just blowing it up in there for 5-10 minutes. Takes him forever to get his crap off. You know, one of those deals.
It takes 7.5
It's really
minutes.
tight spandex.
I know.
Can't get it all out.
That would suck.
Bad dude.
Maybe that's why Robin dressed the way he did.
Oh, no.
Like, hey, man, I just got a pair of briefs, brother.
Oh, no. No toilet paper.
Batman needs 3 people to help him get out of
What
this.
does Batman do now? Is that why the zipper's in the back, Robin?
So, the movie Rescue Dawn. Anybody see Rescue Dawn 2006? I don't remember the movie. Christian Bale ate real maggots on multiple takes.
I mean, guys, you need to get this shot right on the first take.
That makes sense for him, though. He's a method actor.
Sure.
1997 Spawn. John Leguizamo ate real maggots, but these were on top of pizza.
That helps.
I guess it makes it a little bit better than what Christian Bale did, was just take handfuls of them and stick them in his mouth. The Revenant, 2015. Leonardo DiCaprio ate raw bison liver.
All right.
Yeah.
Still didn't win an Academy Award. Or did he?
No, that was the one that he did.
He did. That was the one he won for.
That was the one that he won.
That's the kind of stuff you need to do to really step. I mean, he had
But
tons
you
of great
better.
movies.
Yeah.
It wasn't The Wolf
funny.
of Wall Street or anything like
that. That movie got all this hype, and I remember Chris Cornell was
I was going to say, that's why I always think it was Chris Cornell.
And just, hey, man, how was The Revenant? He's like, yeah, man, like, I don't know. The guy gets attacked by a bear. He's mad, keeps fighting the bear, finds some guys and kills them. He's like, I didn't like that movie at all. It's like, wow, dude.
He was in it, or he wrote a song for it?
No, he picked the magazine was sitting out.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And he just kind of picked it up and was like,
he did not like the movie.
Yeah, like, I didn't like this movie. Like, it's just a dude out in the woods fighting a bear for a while.
Yeah.
Like, it was just Chris Cornell just being a normal dude, just being like, did you guys see it?
Right.
Like, because we have a picture and he's holding up the magazine.
He talked about normal stuff.
Right, like, I'm paraphrasing. He's basically just like, ugh, this thing sucked.
Mike, the best movie review I've heard is from a friend of mine. I know you're a Lord of the Rings fan. That's the only reason I bring it up.
Big fan.
And the third movie had come out, and I'm like, did you see all 3? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you don't like it? She goes, let me give you a synopsis. Get in a fight, run away, hide in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know what? That actually sums up the entirety of the movie.
It is.
1968, the movie is Rosemary's Baby.
Ate a baby?
Vegetarian Mia Farrow also ate raw liver, but it was not bison, it was just raw liver. Then we have the Lord of the Rings, Return of the King 2003. During Andy Serkis's transformation from Smeagol to Gollum,
Yep.
the fish he eats is actually gelatin. And he said he would have preferred raw fish after eating the gelatin.
Yeah, and they got a close up on his mouth on that one, too, so that doesn't shock me. They wanted some substance in there.
And Star Wars A New Hope, the blue milk that Mark Hamill drank was dyed blue milk, but it was warm, oily, and sickly sweet.
Oily?
He described it as gag-inducing at the time.
Oily.
And
guys, just
warm.
add the food coloring to the
and
milk.
Sickly sweet.
Didn't actually eat it, but also the movie Candyman, the guy that plays Candyman, you remember how he was covered in bees all the time?
Yeah.
He actually did have bees in his mouth at that point.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
There was a guy, Raiders of the Lost Ark, toward the end. They're monologuing about whatever. And this guy, one of the Nazi guys, is giving a speech. And you see a fly land on his lip.
Yeah.
And he ate it. So everyone thought that he did it, like to be a bad dude. And the truth was, he's like, we're filming the scene. The fly landed on my lip. Time is money. Like, I just ate the thing and kept going. But I'm glad that it translated on the screen. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
He said, he's like,
ate a fly.
It was awful.
So, on our men's room poll this week, we're going to make you kind of eat one on a dare.
Is there a Batman option?
No. The first one is you're going to eat a live cockroach.
Live.
So a cockroach is going in your mouth. You need to chew that bad boy and eat it. I don't know if you've ever successfully killed a cockroach, but when you step on that thing, a white pussy goo shoots out, which seems to be about 99% of whatever is inside this thing.
Okay, quick question. With these, since you know the question will come up, Do we get a whiskey back on any of these, or is it just...
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
Okay.
That helps.
Next up is a handful of maggots, which is what Christian Bale and also John Leguizamo ate.
I'd be more inclined to eat the maggots than the cockroach. The problem is I have big hands.
Okay, handful of maggots. Third choice is raw liver.
Nope.
You're going to chew down on some raw liver. Liver is probably one of the foods I hate the most. I know what the texture is of it when it's cooked.
Right.
Raw is apparently very much difficult, harder to chew through.
Oh, yeah.
Normally when things are raw, they're a little bit more tender.
Of course.
Than when they're cooked. This is the opposite of that. Apparently liver gets more tender as it's being cooked.
All right.
Doesn't it have like a metally taste too, like an irony taste?
It does.
I mean, if the liver's doing its job, it should.
Yeah,
right?
you got to remember exactly why the
downside.
Why the liver exists.
Exactly.
And that's why it's going to taste like that.
This filter.
I know.
And the fourth option, ghost pepper. Not a chip challenge. You are going to eat a ghost pepper. Okay?
I might just do that.
Here's my thought, Mike. I understand what you're saying. The other things are gross. There's a good chance that if you do any of these, just do your own mental thing, you're going to puke.
Yeah.
So I think I'm taking a handful of maggots. I could probably put it out of my head, do my whiskey back. There's a good chance I throw up, all right? But when I throw up, I'm just throwing up maggots.
Here's what I don't like
if
about the
you
maggots.
throw up a ghost pepper, like, man, all that pain.
But keep this in mind. Maggots move.
Yep.
And they're small. You've seen them in your trash before. So when you put that handful in your mouth, some are going to get in your lip.
My beard.
Some are going to get in the areas of your mouth where even if you try to keep swallowing, you're still going to be digging out maggots.
Yeah.
And now that I'm thinking out loud, like I've crunched into a raw jalapeno. I don't know if you've done that.
I've done that, yeah.
It is a lot worse than the jalapenos.
Because all the seeds, man.
All the seeds and all the juices is still intact, and so the acid is just high strength.
And it's waxy, so that stuff stays on your tongue.
And that crap killed me. So ghost pepper is going to be even worse. I might be with you on the maggots, actually, or the liver. I might even just crunch.
I think
down
I'm going liver.
I'm going cockroach all the way.
Really?
Yep.
God, I'd rather do the Here's the thing, right? And you're right about the maggots.
I've already eaten mealworms before.
But I feel like maggots to me are like poppy seeds.
Oh,
so
good.
you chew them, you swallow them. Someone says, "Hey, man, you still got stuff in your teeth." Not awesome. The cockroach you talked about, it's like that is biting into your Cadbury egg. Mm-hmm. This thing explodes.
Yes, it does.
Upon the first bite down, man.
So our men's room poll, and we'll put that up on Twitter at Men's Room Live. You're going to eat one on a dare. Will it be a cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper? Okay, we'll take a break. Come back with Big Dummy right after these.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, game is Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game?
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Big Dummy.
Hello, Tom.
You big dummy.
No, Tom. Hello, Zach. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Try Tom again.
Oh, what happened there, Mike? Is the volume down?
Nothing.
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hello, how are you guys?
Hola.
Tom, sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
All right, Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our Men's Room poll, you get to eat one on a dare. Will it be a cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
I think probably the cockroach. Probably the quickest.
That's what I'm going. Okay.
Think that'd be the fastest?
I do. Man, just hit it, knock it, do the shot, get it over with.
Would you chew it or would you just swallow things?
I crack it in my mouth and the teeth and then swish it with a whiskey and shoot it back.
See, and I've had the crickets over at T-Mobile, which, fun little gimmick. I did not like the taste. Cockroach to me is on a different scale.
It is.
That would just be
Yeah.
friggin' nasty.
Totally
dude.
different, but
Yeah, none of these are awesome choices, that's for sure. All right, Tom, here is your question. Before becoming president, Barack Obama served as a U.S. Senator from what state?
Illinois.
One and done. One and done. Nice
on.
job, Tom.
Before we let you go, let's give you a true or false question. True or false? Your brain hides your nose from your eyesight.
I would say false because you can kind of see your nose a little bit in your periphery.
You can kind of see your nose. Believe it or not, though, it is true that your brain hides it. It is something called... where is it? Okay. So your nose is always visible to you, but your brain gets to the point, it ignores it through something called unconscious selective attention. So in other words, if your brain did not do that, your nose would actually distract you all the time. Or it would get in the way of you reading, all the kinds of things.
Okay.
So you can kind of see it if you think to look for it, but if you're not thinking to see your nose, it's just not in your line of sight, in spite of the fact that it is directly in your line of sight.
I would assume the same thing with glasses as well. Because I can see my glasses, but yeah, at some point I just unconsciously don't see them anymore.
Yeah, like I have to consciously look at the side of my nose to see it.
That's what I mean. If you tell someone, find your nose, you can look at it because you're telling your brain to look for it. But when you stop thinking about it, your brain's like, I know what it is. It's not important. Ignore it.
I always see it.
Well, you're a little different. Hello, Zach. Welcome to the men's room.
Boo, bitches.
Boo.
Zach, sober, not sober.
Not sober. That was my Batman voice.
That was Batman? I thought you were Dracula.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of time does Batman talk like this?
I am Gotham Savior.
Zach, you're...
Whenever you guys play that Rush song, I think about that time that freaking Thrill asked about that Tom Sawyer question about his friend Jim and he didn't know.
That's all in the book.
Everyone else knew.
Okay, Zach, you're going to eat one on a dare. Is it going to be a cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
I've eaten an earthworm before, so I'm thinking raw maggots and then a shot of whiskey should make me throw up after.
All right.
If it doesn't, you have a stomach of iron. I'm counting on throwing up without even trying. All right, here's your question. It's multiple choice. A man by the name of Pierre Omidyar. He launched which website? YouTube, eBay, PayPal, or Venmo?
Oh, everyone knows Pierre launched YouTube.
Everyone knows that.
PayPal.
eBay.
Way to call your shot, Ruth.
It'd be cool if Babe Ruth was like, I never called my shot. I was pointing at someone I knew in the stands. I happened to hit a home run.
What if he just did it for a month?
But it's constantly when other...
Yeah.
We only hear about the one that works?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You're right. He did it at every at-bat. Yeah, flashing boobs, you get the same point. All right, your question, who painted The Last Supper?
Oh, that's not even a multiple choice. Oh, man.
I'll give you a hint. He was a Ninja Turtle.
Yes, he was. Okay, so...
16 Chapels.
You'd have to know his last name.
Sistine.
Yeah. Not 16.
Raphael.
Oh, all right.
Leonardo da Vinci. Which literally means of Vinci, because he was from Vinci.
Also a great inventor.
You'd be like, Ted of Seattle.
Yeah.
That sounds cooler if it says de Seattle. All right, your question. What's the shortcut for the copy function on most computers? I live and die by this thing.
F2.
I don't know what your problem is with 2, but it is, in fact, Control-C.
Nah, F2 is to rename a file.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
How many more do you know?
Okay, you nerd.
I never touch any of the F keys. I have no idea. I know if I hit like F or 11 or 12 by accident, like the screen goes somewhere that makes me uncomfortable.
Honestly, F2 is the only one that I know there. However, on the Adobe software, F8 puts a nice little marker in there so I can tell where the swear words are.
I'll just say F8's the only one I know.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So how does this work?
Yeah, come check it out.
So if you hit F8, does it identify the cuss words for you?
No. It puts a marker in there. So like when if we're doing the podcast, like I put an F8 in there and then I know the line is, so that I could scroll down, find where the song and the commercials end, the rejoiner starts, go back to the original marker, get that out. And then that also then you could put in the time, so then the commercials will add in.
Very nice.
F8.
It's also the way some people type fate.
Correct.
I have seen that. Yeah. Thank you for your contribution. All right, Zach, here's your question. Which email service is owned by Microsoft? In Spanish, it'd be Correo Caliente.
Oh, stand by for our 5-day.
Outlook.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was Outlook.
Correo Caliente. What does Caliente mean? Hotmail. Hotmail.
That's the old name. It hasn't been that for probably 6-7 years.
Well, what's the new Hotmail?
Outlook.
Is that Outlook?
Yeah.
Did you guess Outlook?
Uh-huh.
You did.
All right.
Yeah, Zach, I thought I gave you a good clue.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you did. I just didn't know. Here's the problem. The only thing that is Hotmail in my life is my wife's email. So to me, it's always Hotmail because she still has a Hotmail.
Mm-hmm. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
What's the look for, Ted?
Why does she still have a Hotmail account?
I use mine all the time.
For the same reason that
For what? Like dirty, weird porn?
No, man, that is her general go-to. Same reason we don't change our phone number. She's like, what? Look, I don't know much about tech or what's hip or what's not, but I'll notice, like, if we go to a store and they'll ask for the email address for a receipt or something, the person, almost 95% of the time, they look up and be like, you still have a Hotmail account?
Well, the reason I do it is this.
Well, like, I have like an AOL account, and I think I use a Hotmail account just for like signing up for stuff I don't want to.
That's exactly what I do. So Hotmail, if I go to Fred Meyer and they want to put me on their list of whatever, I put that on Hotmail. But if you're going to send me an email, I'll give you my Gmail.
Yeah.
So that's friends and family Gmail. Hotmail is whatever else in the world is out there.
I'm just amazed his wife is using that.
Not only does she use it, I use it. Because people are like, well, what's your email address? It's either this one or hers. Like, I don't want to be bothered. I Google or whoever it is, they give you a Gmail account. I have never used it.
If I get an email that just says thrill@hotmail.com, I'm deleting it.
You don't have that Gmail anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't come from me. It has to have her name on it.
No, I'm just saying
it can be from me, but it has her name.
Thrill@hotmail.
Yeah,
it feels like a setup.
If you did not use your Gmail account, they've shut it down.
Oh, no, so it was good news. I was happy because I always got these things like, hey, man, you have like 8,000 messages. I'm like, I don't care. And the truth is, I never gave it to anybody.
Cool story, bro.
So the only thing that's in there is crap that Google or whoever runs it is sending me. Nobody else. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Sober or not sober, Jeff? You sober or not sober today?
Not sober, sir.
Are you driving?
No, I am.
Okay. All right.
Thank
you.
All right.
I'm shotgun, gentlemen. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm going down to Long Beach to do a little clamming. I know the rules.
All right,
hey,
Jeff.
no night clamming.
Yeah, eat one on a dare, Jeff. Will it be a cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or ghost pepper?
Do I get a shot with all of them, or just the one?
Just one.
I'll take a shot with the cockroach.
Cockroach. All right.
Just out of curiosity, if you got a shot with all of them, are you going to eat all four?
Yeah, I might take that risk.
Would you?
Shots, why not?
Jeff, what'd you do? Day drinking today for the game?
Yeah, no, I got off work a little bit early. Played a little hooky, went and had some lunch, and then went home, picked up the wife and dog, and then she was driving us down south. So I went to work early and got off around 11 or 12 o'clock.
Sounds like a great day.
You are doing it right, my friend.
Yeah, all right. Yesterday was my birthday, so we're going down for a birthday weekend.
Oh, I dig it.
Happy birthday.
All right, here's your question. What was Leonardo DiCaprio's character's name in the movie Titanic?
I can't remember, Dylan. I see the whole thing.
Ask your wife.
Yeah, it was Jack.
It was Jack. Thank you. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, of course you know.
What do you know?
Of course
Leonardo DiCaprio. She's like, oh, I know.
They sold the door from that at auction this past week.
Oh, that he
that
she booted him off of?
The woman was on there, both on, and then she floats away. I can't
Yeah.
remember what they got, but it was a ridiculous amount of money for a door.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Just a
Okay.
piece of debris.
All right, Jeff, this is for you or your wife, since she's the one who got the correct answer. A true or false 50-50 question. True or false, the Spanish national anthem has the most words of any national anthem on earth?
That's a great question, Bill. I'm going to say true. I didn't think false.
Nope. In fact, there are no words in the Spanish national anthem. Not a single one. It's just an instrumental.
Okay. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hola. Justin, are you sober or not sober?
Sober today.
All right, Justin, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. Eat one on a dare. Will it be a cockroach, a handful of maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
Ghost pepper for sure.
Damn, dude. I did not think anybody would pick that today, to be honest with you.
I can understand why people would pick it, just given the other options, but I still feel that it's the worst of all of them.
It's winning on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, it's got 50%.
I mean, I get it. It's a food. Totally understand. It's just, man, I don't think you understand the heat. Everything else is gross. This thing is actually going to hurt your ass.
Maybe the pepper heads.
Oh, the pepper heads. Never trust a pepper head. All right. Justin.
I mean, I don't.
Justin, here's your question. Now, Phantom of the Opera, that was the longest running Broadway show. But what was the highest grossing Broadway show ever? It was also a movie.
Cats.
That would have been my guess. But what are you guessing, Ted?
Cats.
Oh, that was Cats.
Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
Lion King.
Lion King. I guess technically that would be Cats. It just has a different name, right?
You didn't. I thought Mike and I were paying.
No, I was picking up what you were putting
It's
down.
like
on
ball
it.
of yarn.
Were you making biscuits?
No, it's a ball of yarn.
Yeah. Oh.
I didn't know what he was doing.
He's batting.
I got you now. Ted Charades. All right, the question, which of the Kardashian-Jenner clan was named the youngest self-made billionaire by Forbes in 2019?
I don't know the Kardashians too much, but I'm just going to go with Kylie.
Oh, all right.
Nice job. Nice job.
Yeah.
Which one stopped racism? Was that Kendall with the Pepsi?
Did she just...
I think so.
What an amazing
What was her, what was the spiel with that?
It was just during all the protests and everything, and it was like she had a Pepsi, and everybody just stopped.
Stop fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
One side you had the protesters, the other side you had the riot police, and they were coming to blows. And then all of a sudden, it was Kendall.
Oh,
that came out, and she just handed the cops a Pepsi.
We're all the white.
It's like that old video of like Michael Jackson on stage, and the guy has like a fake M16, and he's just like, "Put it down."
Have a Pepsi. Pepsi. That I don't even understand how we have world conflict.
I know,
right? Russia went into Ukraine. People are upset, and I'm like, why didn't the Ukrainians simply say, "Hey,
Vlad,
there's a Pepsi vending machine over there," and then all the weapons go down, the children play together.
Have a soda, Vlad.
If it was realistic, all the white people would be drinking Coke.
Yeah, no.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
With their cold sandwich.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Hello, Kevin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Kevin, sober or not sober?
I am sober. Can I give a shout out?
I don't know, can you?
Well, it's up to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
To my wife, Mary, the most beautiful, wonderful partner, friend, everything.
What did you do wrong, man?
Yeah, Kevin, what exactly what happened?
She's actually my third marriage, and third time's a charm.
How long have you been married?
Well, we've been married since 2016, together since 2010.
All right.
14 years in.
Okay, Kevin, you get to eat one on a dare. Will it be a cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
I'm going to do raw liver with a ghost pepper on top.
All right.
Kill the taste of the liver.
Damn, man.
All right.
Well, I love liver, but there you go.
Oh, you actually like liver. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's a question. In 1999, what territory officially joined Canada?
Wow. I'm going to say Nova Scotia.
What
Ask it again.
In 1999, what territory officially joined Canada?
Territory, not a province?
Territory, correct. Still goes by territory.
Yukon?
Nope. Northern. I want to say it borders Yukon, Nunavut.
Nunavut, of course.
I never would have got that.
Oh, really? Do you recognize the name at least?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I never even heard of it.
Nunavut, what's that?
That is the territory that joined Canada in 1999.
Canadian territory.
Gotcha.
All right, your question. Who replaced Curly of the Three Stooges?
Joe Besser.
Shemp. That was his name, Joe.
Oh,
Shemp.
man.
All right, your question. How many NBA championships did Michael Jordan win with the Chicago Bulls?
Wow, okay. Let's say 7.
Close.
Six.
He wasn't that good.
Oh, Christ. You see it all the time.
Yeah, he was.
Well, LeBron doesn't have 6.
Yeah, all right. So,
Yeah. Well, LeBron was also in the finals 10 years straight.
Yeah, LeBron's probably like, I can live with this.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right, in what museum would you find the famous painting La Gioconda?
The Rouge?
Give it to him.
I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah. That's what he meant, dude.
It's the Louvre.
The Rouge.
And if you don't know La Gioconda, that's just the Italian name for Mona Lisa.
Uh-huh.
It's like, we're going to go ahead and give it
If this Gioconda.
That's a strange call.
He was sober.
Game is Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on Auto Trader. Just you wait. Auto Trader.
Inside every California avocado is a story. It's shaped by idyllic conditions, full of rich soil, gentle rain, and friendly California sunshine, where avocados flourish. Crafted with care by dedicated local farmers who are committed to responsible, sustainable growing. The best avocados have California in them. To understand why, all you have to do is open one up. In season now. Visit CaliforniaAvocado.com to learn more.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our next contestant? Ready to play the big game.
Oddly enough, he's a baby kangaroo. Hello, Joey. Welcome to the men's room.
Welcome to the men's room. That's brutal. Okay.
Hola.
Hola, gentlemen.
Joey, you sober or not sober?
Very sober because I am driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know your phone has an echo.
Echo.
Let me take it off the Bluetooth.
He sounds fired up to do that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, how's that?
That's better.
No echo.
Okay, Joey, you're going to eat one on a dare on our men's room poll. Will it be a cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
I'll take the one that paid me $500, and I will take the ghost pepper with a shot of burgers.
Okay.
All right.
How'd you add in $500?
Hey, it's not my fault people are stupid, and I like spicy food.
Damn, I would take it too, man.
It's just not an option.
I noticed the whiskey is coming very handy with this. You notice it?
Yeah.
Everyone points at and the shot of whiskey. We know, man. We know.
Well, if you ever did a ghost pepper with a whiskey back, it's basically like breathing fire.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's why I'm eating maggots. All right.
It actually tasted good.
I believe it. I believe it tastes good. It's just the pain that follows is the part I'm not looking forward to.
That's the fire extinguisher in the morning.
All right, here is your question. Chinese, Indian, German, or Arabic? From what language did we get the word ketchup?
German.
It sounds so German, doesn't it? Mm-hmm.
Chinese.
Huh.
Yeah.
We actually brought it over from China, right?
Yes. I want to say the Chinese came up with ketchup. And we said, you know what? We will have children in the U.S. put it on every single thing they eat if it's savory.
Well, if I remember correctly, before Heinz got a hold of it, ketchup wasn't all that much better. It was just something that dressed rancid meat that made it taste not as bad, but it wasn't a great option. It was like anchovies and stuff like that.
I only guessed China just because the beef is red or the pork.
All right, I see what you're saying.
Well, to be honest with you, it worked on my mom's cooking, so.
Hey, brother, I'm right there with you, man. Right there with you. Why are we going through so much ketchup? Because your cooking is bad. That's why.
Exactly.
I feel like everybody when they're a kid loves ketchup.
They do. I mean, my kids, that is their go-to condiment for everything. And it is amazing not only how much ketchup to put on the plate, because when they were younger, I'd get upset. Like, guys, don't put it to waste. When they're done eating, all of that ketchup is gone.
You guys tried the Portland Ketchup Company yet?
I have not.
I'm telling you, best ketchup I've ever had.
You know what's also weird? I have to do it with my mom.
What?
She pours out an ungodly amount of ketchup and barely touches it. And I'm like, hey, I'm buying this ketchup.
Right. It's funny. The table's turned.
Yeah.
It's not free. You know that, right? Okay.
Yeah. You're staying here.
All right.
My roof, my rules, Mom.
Oh, God, it feels so good to say that.
Yeah. And hey, you only get one more soda today.
All right, your question. General William Westmoreland commanded the American forces during what conflict?
Westmoreland. 1812?
Told.
1812?
Nope.
Way off, sir. That would be the Vietnam.
And that is actually why I chose the word conflict and not war.
I see what you did.
That was very intentional.
Touché. Good clue.
To be honest with you, I actually scratched out the word war and then wrote conflict on top of it when I was proofreading.
It's kind of why I said the Vietnam and then didn't say war.
I was wondering if you were going to say, because you said the Vietnam. I'm like, okay, he didn't.
Yeah.
All right, your question, multiple choice. What city has the most billionaires? New York City, London, Hong Kong, or Moscow?
Moscow.
Okay.
You got it, man.
I'll be damned.
What do we call them, though?
Oligarchs?
Oligarchs.
Yeah, that means because they carry. So you could be a billionaire and not be an oligarch, but if you start getting political favor or buying your way in and all that kind of thing, then you fall into oligarch range.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROB.
I mean, isn't that kind of what all rich people do?
They do, but I think you call them oligarchs when they're just more open about it.
Right.
You know,
In
when
the
you
States,
attach
we
the
just say they have lobbyists.
Yeah, no, you're right. Right. They have lobbyists here.
Yeah.
Hello, Morgan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Morgan, sober or not sober?
I wouldn't pat a Bethel either, but not sober.
Okay.
Morgan's a confusing name. I have good friends that are male named Morgan, and I know hot chicks named Morgan.
I was going to say, the chicks I know named Morgan are
A
hot.
little too hot, Morgan.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Could you be with someone who has your name? Like, would it feel weird in bed? Like,
Oh, my.
Hell yeah. All right.
All right, Morgan, our men's room
Sexy
poll.
Ted.
You're going to eat one on a dare. Is it going to be a cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or ghost pepper?
Liver.
Raw
What's the
liver.
deal with liver? Why is it so bad? Texture, smell, what?
All of it.
Have you ever had it?
No.
Oh, dude, yeah.
boy, yeah.
I mean, the smell is not going to make your mouth water. In fact, it'll probably do the opposite. And then it tastes the way it smells, which is not good. It's not a good mouthfeel. I mean, there's just nothing about it that most people like. The people that do like it freaking love it.
I had crickets at the Mariners game one time. Oh, speaking of, what a great day. I love today.
I love
Opening
lamp.
Yeah. I love lamb.
You're easy to please, Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, here's your question. What year saw the release of the first Harry Potter book? The same year saw the release of the movie Titanic, Men in Black, and The Lost World Jurassic Park. Hong Kong was handed back to China, and Netflix was founded.
97.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay, one and done.
Go Mariners!
Nice job.
All right, before we let you go, Happy Morgan, we have a true or false question for you. True or false, the Statue of Liberty was once a lighthouse?
No.
I'll say it's true because of the torch.
It was, in fact, a lighthouse at one point.
Sorry, it's like true or false. No.
Right.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK. He does things his own way.
I didn't even catch that. You're right. No.
I think it's fine to tell this story. A friend of a friend may have imbibed in a little bit of alcohol before I caught up with him.
All right.
And we went to a Mexican restaurant. We got some beers. They said, you want big beers, small beers? Me and my buddy said big beers. She wanted a margarita. The girl said, we have like 12 ounce or 18 ounce. She goes, ooh, I'll take the 16 ounce. The waitress kind of looked at her. I was like, she'll take the 12 ounce.
Actually, my daughter was at a friend's house a couple of months ago, and a bunch of kids were over there, and the mom who had all the kids was making hot dogs and hamburgers, right? It's easy. Get them on the
Yeah.
So she says to my daughter, and what would you like for dinner? My blueberry pancakes, like a side of toast. Like, okay, let me refine this for you. You have a choice of hot dog and hamburger. She's like, oh, I'll take a hot dog. Hey, she's like, when I said something to my daughter, she was like, she asked me what I wanted for dinner. Gave her an answer. I said, okay, well, next time, assume they mean something on the menu. That's all. That's all you got to do. Small little thing.
I
like her style.
I was like, I respect it, but also that's funny. Hamburger, hot dog, blueberry muffin, please.
Yeah, blueberry pancakes.
No.
Hello, Albert. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola. Albert, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Albert, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll, you're going to eat one on a dare. Are you going to take the cockroach, handful of maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
Raw liver just gives me bad childhood memories, so I'm going to take the ghost pepper with a big glass of lemonade.
A glass of lemonade. Okay, put away the whiskey, Ted. He wants lemonade.
All right.
Did your parents make you eat liver when you were a child?
Yes, of course. It's super nutritious, but I just didn't like it.
Well, I understand it's super nutritious, but I mean, if they told me a turd was super nutritious, I'll skip the nutrition. How many times a month did you have to eat that stuff?
So growing up, I had to eat about 4 times a month.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
4 times.
Yeah, but that stopped as soon as I was a teenager, so.
I just want everyone listening to understand this. This man ate liver about 4 times a month. up until his teen years, and he's not picking liver. He'd rather eat anything that's not liver. That is a sad statement. All right.
That's right.
Here's your question. Which sports term was coined by Chick Hearn? Strip sack, hole-in-one, slam dunk, or grand slam?
Oh, can you say those again? I'm sorry.
Strip sack, hole-in-one, slam dunk, or grand slam?
So Chick Hearn is basketball, so I'm going to guess slam dunk.
There you go.
That's right, Albert.
That would be the giveaway.
Nice
That'd be the
job.
giveaway. All right, hang on. We got a true or false question
Was that
for
the
you.
first time he saw it? Or what did they call it before that?
I don't know if they called it anything before that, and then he started calling it that, and it stuck. Because remember, who was the football player that came up with the term sack? 'Cause they never kept stats on sacks in NFL football. They interviewed, I can't remember, it could have been like Lawrence Taylor or someone, Reggie White.
Oh, it was somebody older. It was from the Rams. From the Rams, I remember.
Yeah.
Deacon Jones.
The guy that used to, like, punch you. I remember that.
The head slap, Deacon Jones.
Yeah, but they asked him after the game, and he's like, I sacked the quarterback. And once people heard the term, it stuck. Then they started keeping stats. I'll be damned. So I don't know what they called the slam dunk before. To show off. All right.
Well, I'm a huge Laker fan, so that's why I knew Chick Hearn. I was like,
that makes sense.
I thought it was Boom Shakalaka.
Boom Shakalaka, yes.
I'll start dunking when it's worth 3 points.
There you go, Ted. All right, here's your question. That's the only reason Ted doesn't dunk.
Yes.
Right.
All right, here is your question. True or false, people used to say prunes when taking pictures instead of cheese.
Prunes. I'm going to say false. It doesn't smile.
Here's the thing. It'll make sense.
Sucks your cheeks in.
Look at the original old photographs, and everyone looked depressed and miserable all the time. So back in the day when photography was in its heyday, the idea of you smiling at a picture made you look silly or stupid or whatever. So they told people to say prunes, and that's why everyone in old photographs looks miserable. Even if they're in a great mood, they said you say prunes so that you look angry and your mouth was tight.
Also, you think about prunes.
Yeah, just think about them.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Julie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Julie, sober, not sober?
I am sober.
What?
Well, I just picked my daughter up from school. So.
Kids ruin everything, don't they?
Okay, Julie, what are you eating on a dare? A cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or ghost pepper?
I'm going to go a maggot. I think I could get that down.
No, maggots. This is plural.
All right, handful of maggots, whatever.
How big are your hands, Julie? See, I have big hands, and I said a handful of maggots, and I'm like, but my hands are different than other people's hands.
Well, I'm a little person, kind of. So I'm only, my hands are kind of small, but
I like that.
they can hold a lot.
Okay.
Is this Julie we know?
Yeah.
Wow, you have massive hands, dude.
No. Ted talks about them all the time. Like, God damn, you see the size of Julie's hands.
I know. The only time they look normal is when you hold a 24-ounce Bud Light.
I thought she had a foam finger. All right, Julie, here is your question. The Paleozoic era is known as the age of what? Fish, reptiles, plants, or man?
Plants.
Any guesses?
Man.
Nope.
Fish?
It is, in fact, fish.
I like
What is this one called? The Anthropocene or something like that, I believe. The current age of man.
I will default to you, sir.
Thank you, Mike. So I might be wrong with what I just said. Yeah, I think it's
Aquarius?
Anthropocene? Anthropocene?
The Holocene?
Am I even close?
Oh, Anthropocene. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Score one for me. All right.
No, actually.
What?
No, that's, are we in the Anthropocene human age? No, scientists say they, by their current timeline, our world right now is in the Holocene, which began 11,000 years ago.
Oh, I'm only off by 11,000 years. I was close. But what is it called? The Holocene?
Holocene.
Don't you feel like we should all know that? We're living in the age of the Holocene. Why would we not know that?
Yeah.
All right, Julie, here is your question. Sergeant Joe Friday was a character on what TV show and movie?
Oh, yeah. Just the facts, man.
That's the guy.
You know. Dragnet?
Yes,
Got it.
Dragnet.
Very good.
Well done.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Caleb. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, boys.
Caleb, sober, not sober?
I'm sober. Mom's California sober.
All right, Caleb, good for you. Okay, what are you going to eat on a dare? Cockroach, handful of maggots, raw liver, or ghost pepper?
Ghost pepper all day.
What's the hottest thing you've ever eaten?
Her name was...
It's like 4 million Scoville unit hot sauce.
Good God, man.
Did you just take a drop of it, like on a, like a little wooden stick, or did you just go for it?
I just kind of went for it.
So you have no problem with hot food then?
No, not really.
Okay.
All right, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. By the way, somebody here on the text line, they recently debated if we in fact lived in the Anthropocene. Scientists voted it down. Thanks, science.
What do they know?
Freaks.
They also said Pluto wasn't a planet.
I know. What else you guys got? All right, here's your question. How many pieces of silver did Judas get to betray Jesus?
Wait, can you repeat it?
How many pieces of silver did Judas get for betraying Jesus?
30?
Bam.
How did you know that?
Kind of a known thing.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I would not have known myself.
I had no
He
idea.
also, keep in mind, he also got part of a timeshare in Cabo. So
And he literally, he's doing it tonight.
Yeah.
After the Last Supper.
Mm-hmm.
What's he doing?
Because it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Good Friday.
Right. That's
So,
the day.
he's going to sell them out tonight after supper. He's got his silver. He's at dinner. He's at the supper, but he knows. And then
Well, he knows.
tomorrow they're going to take Jesus up to the mount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're going to crucify him, and then everybody's sad. He's dead. Then Sunday's going to pop out.
Do you pop out? Yes. Do you think that Jesus is like, why does Judas keep calling this the Last Supper? I mean, I made plans for next.
Well, he
Tuesday.
knew Judas was going to do it. I mean, he has to die for our sins.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, all right.
But would you think he was trying to rush it? Like, I understand. Can we do this in old age?
Oh, no. That's why he was out in the desert and did all that stuff for 40 days and 40 nights. He was setting it up.
He knew what was going on. I just think he's a little insulted that we keep calling it Good Friday. Like, it's not good for me.
Well,
dude.
yeah, bro, obviously you did not consult
This taste
me
sucks.
on this. This kind is a bummer. It's a bummer. All right, your 50-50 true or false question. Venus is the only planet that spins counterclockwise.
I'm going to say it's true.
In fact, Venus is the only planet that spins clockwise.
So it's the opposite of the other planets?
So 7 of us.
Yet another reason we don't understand it.
What, Venus?
Aren't women from Venus?
And men are from Mars, yeah. Why do you do everything backwards?
Mm-hmm.
More Big Dummy on the way. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Are you ready to take the next step in your career? King County, a leader in government services, is on the lookout for talented individuals to join our team. King County offers an inclusive, welcoming work environment where innovation and creativity thrive. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting your journey, we have positions that could be a perfect fit. Competitive salaries, excellent benefits, and career development are just some of the perks you may receive. Visit our website, kingcounty.gov/careers, and join King County. Thrive where you work.
KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Best airports for fast food coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. In the meantime, the game is Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, let's say hello to Matt. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Dummy!
Hello, Matt.
Matt.
Hello?
Hola. Matt, are you sober or not sober? Hola.
It seems so.
All right, Matt, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll, you're going to eat one on a dare. Are you taking cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
I'm probably going to take a handful of maggots.
Maggots
Only
it
if
is.
it's coming from a midget.
Okay.
All right. Here's your question. In the 1820s, the first photograph was taken in what country? The United States, England, France, or Italy?
Italy?
France. Yep, France. France.
We all like to be looked at, so we will look at each other.
Look at the cigarette in my mouth.
Now I can look at myself all the time.
Look at my wife and the armpit hair cascading so gorgeously down like Rapunzel.
Why, you smell like you look crazy.
That's right, all of us wear berets.
We're going into like Italian.
Every single one of us. All right, your question. That was like the worst French accent ever.
It got bad.
Well, every time we do Italian, we go to New Jersey. We were new. Hey, welcome to Italy.
It's the Italian we know.
Yeah.
Welcome to Italy.
I'm in Trenton.
You want a sub?
Welcome to Sicily.
Yeah, I don't know that I could do a real Italian accent.
No idea. I say manja.
Miles?
I can speak Italian with dirty words.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Just everything my grandmother used to cuss.
I mean, I could be like, ciao.
And then what?
Just basically
How do you follow
do
it up?
Mario.
You got ciao.
Ciao, bellissimo.
What does bellissimo mean?
Beautiful?
I have no idea.
Molto bene.
Yeah, focaccia. Tortellini. Why do I do this with my hand every time?
That's what you do.
This is my son, Ravioli.
Yeah. It's a me, a Mario. That's the Italian I could do.
Manicati.
Yeah. Very Italian, very Italian. Can't believe you don't have a gig at the UN with that.
Luigi's is a cum, huh?
You're going to start an international incident. We heard that this is a radio show.
You will go to war. Let's see Ted Smith.
We want an apology.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Not everyone has named Mario. Tell him, Mario.
Oh, let's sound like that.
The country is not just a Buddha.
There's more than just a pasta here.
Italy, how we love thee.
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. What kind of animal was Ricky Tikki Tavi?
Ricky Tikki
Can you repeat the name? Ricky Tikki what?
Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Ricky Tikki what?
Cat?
Back to our time. Rat. Ricky Tikki Tavi was a mongoose.
Mongoose.
Did you ever watch the cartoon, Ricky? It was like once a year they would show it. He fought those two
Thought
cobras.
it was a rat.
It was a mongoose, Miles.
Okay.
Damn, all those years. That's why he was fighting cobras, see? It's mongoose.
What was his name? Ricky Tikki Tavi?
Yeah. So apparently he was a minor character in the Jungle Book. Then he got a spin-off TV show. Not TV show. It was like a TV movie.
Oh, yeah, he had a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. He branched out on his own.
The Ricky Tikki Tavi movie.
I will say this. I like mongooses because they eat snakes.
Yeah.
But the age gap between me and my brother, him and his friends, I remember they had mongoose bikes, and that was like a massive deal.
Oh, God, yeah. Those are huge,
Yeah,
man.
they were like the coolest guys. On Kennesaw Street.
On Kennesaw Street. That sounds like an album title. Coolest guys on Kennesaw Street.
Yeah, right there. Kennesaw on 52nd.
All right, here's your question. What number does each player wear every year on April 15th in Major League Baseball?
41?
Oh. So close.
42.
42.
Swing and a miss.
40. All right.
That was an opening day question.
Yes.
My favorite movie, 41.
That's the answer to the question of life, the universe, and...
Got that Chadwick Billings, man.
All right.
41.
Your question. In 19...
Is there even a famous 41?
Not that I can think of.
Gotta be. You go ahead. I'll say.
In 1947, U.S. telephone companies began using what?
The Bell telephone?
Area codes.
Area codes.
Question 5, Matt.
And in early 2000, Ludacris made them cool.
The Afro? No, that's like 70s. I don't know. Sideburns?
No, area code.
The area code. Started using area code.
And he has a song called Area Codes.
Oh, I know the song.
All right. You know it well. Yeah. All right. The question, the Warren Commission was formed to investigate the assassination of whom?
Elizabeth Warren? I don't know.
Think of assassinated people.
Assassinated people?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
They were investigating the assassination of this person.
High-profile people that have been assassinated.
Right. Regular people like us get murdered.
Right.
And when you're super important.
The Kennedy? JFK?
There you go.
JFK. Yes, indeed.
Nice job.
Famous 41, Dirk Nowitzki of Dallas in the NBA.
How about baseball? Because I don't think the Major League Baseball players are going to rock Dirk Nowitzki's.
Tom Seaver of the Mets.
All right.
12-time All-Star World Series champion.
No, you're right.
3-time Cy Young
That's
Award.
legit.
That's a good one. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brandon. Welcome to the men's room.
Konnichiwa, bitches.
Hola. Brandon, sober or not sober?
I am not sober, gentlemen.
All right, Brandon. Wow. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to eat one on a dare. Cockroach, handful of maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
A cockroach would be the simplest one, but I am not. I'm a difficult person, so let's go ahead and say ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper.
All right.
Brandon is not a simple man.
Okay.
That'd be easy to do.
Well, you talk to certain people. Who you been talking to?
It's actually neck.
All right, Brandon, here's your question. What is the name given to the dish of dates or prunes wrapped in bacon?
Spotted dick.
That's the unfortunate English dessert, I guess, with raisins in it.
It is delicious.
Is it good?
I like it, but I like raisins.
That's right. I don't like raisins.
But you're talking about devils on horseback.
Devils on horseback. You're correct.
You went to London, you didn't try spotted dick?
No, I did try. I had their.
We've had it.
I had their mushy peas, right? And because they're beautiful looking. No, dude. I mean, they're bright green. They look great, and I'm like, there's no way this tastes bad. I was wrong. It just tastes like peas. I don't know why they're
Heinz
so
has it
shiny.
in a can.
Did you have black pudding?
I have had, not my last time in London, but I'd been to England years before that, and I did try it. I knew what it was, but I'm like, and you know, it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't.
The one that I had, it was like eating a hockey puck.
Well, it's got to be done right, man. It should be a little more pasty than it is tough.
I mean, I've only had it just with like the full English breakfast.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I like it.
I would say it's not bad.
By golly, he's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. They got the spotted dick and
That's how I've had it.
Me too.
Ha! I've never seen that.
You need to go to your grocery store and
You
look.
need to go to basically not the international section, but the place that has English food, like BP sauce and all those different things.
Right.
English muffins.
Canned beans, yeah. Not English muffins.
You
That's
also
still in the bread
never
section.
want to see a spotted dick. You never want to see a spotted dick, so good on you.
All right, your question, and a can. Your question, what kinds of cells are found in the brain?
The brain cells. But no,
Yes, they are brain cells, but they have a more specific name.
yeah, the ones that aren't working for me right now.
Yeah, people talk about firing these.
Neurons.
Got it. Nice job.
That's it, neurons.
Good
Yep.
job. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
You guys ever had angels on horseback?
Is that the oysters?
Yeah.
Oysters with bacon. Right, it's basically the same thing, but oysters in place of dates.
Correct.
I think I have.
I've never had the oyster wrapped in bacon. I've had like oyster Rockefeller that has like the cocktail sauce and the piece of bacon in there.
Seafood, have shrimp and scallops wrapped.
Yeah,
but never oysters.
You got to try, dude. It's very,
if it's on the menu, I'm eating.
Yep. Hello, Blake. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Blake, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober. I'm sitting in traffic on my way home from work.
All right, Blake, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to eat one on a dare. Are you taking a cockroach, handful of maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
Ghost pepper for sure.
Okay.
Ghost pepper.
All right, your question. Thank you, Ted. Your question. What does the acronym AIDS stand for?
Did you say AIDS?
AIDS.
AIDS?
Yes, AIDS.
AIDS.
Yeah.
Like the virus.
AIDS.
Freddie Mercury.
Autoimmune.
I'm just saving the trouble.
I have no idea.
You're doing what everyone, myself included.
Me too.
Everyone starts with autoimmune. It's not. It's acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Right.
Okay.
Because that's not a
I just
natural
remember
thing.
that little cartoon they showed us in school with like the weird dressed up monsters.
I remember those.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and they kind of like floated as they walked through the.
Were they
basically-
AIDS?
Yeah, and like everyone pretends they don't see them. And they're like, ooh, because it hides among your cells.
Exactly. So what it is that they're at this big suburban house. There's a picket fence there that's basically your body keeping everything out.
Okay.
And there's these blood cells that are all just kind of floating around inside your body, and then AIDS just makes its way in there, and it shows you what your blood cells do when other viruses get in there and how it kind of
how it
kills them
fights
out there.
back,
Right.
yeah.
Then AIDS gets in there, and then he just taps the T cell, and then boom, and then it changes, and then all of a sudden he's like, he's okay, and he starts letting all these viruses in.
Oh, it's just AIDS, everybody.
Yeah.
He brought beer. He's got a fake ID. Let him in.
I know exactly what he was talking about because we all laughed at those videos when they showed them. I wonder if I can find them.
I hope you can, because now I want to see this. All right, your question.
You have to see it.
What wonder of the world would you find in Agra, India?
Agra, India.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
Is it a big statue?
No.
No, it is a construction. It's a man-made thing.
You'll pass one on the way there.
Is it also
The Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a casino too?
I want to say it's also a casino. It's also a band.
Oh, it's a person.
It's a person, right? It's a person.
Pizza joint?
I feel like
It's got to be a Euro place somewhere.
it's an Indian joint
Yeah.
or a pizza, because I want to say in our general area, right? Isn't there a Taj Mahal? I feel like there is. I feel like I've gotten her flyer at my
there's-
place.
Yeah, I know there's an Aladdin.
Yeah, there's
Euros.
definitely an Aladdin.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803 Rock.
You're right, dude. I might just be thinking about a legit pizza place in our area.
Right. Hello, Cliff. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Cliff, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Sober Cliff, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, you're going to eat one on a dare. Are you taking the cockroach, handful of maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
I'll eat a ghost pepper just because.
All right.
Just because. All right.
I thought that would get no votes, and it's really doing well.
It's dominating.
It's one of the few on there that's actually a food. I know liver is considered a food, just not in my mind. All right, here is your question. Joseph Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union during what war?
World War II.
Well
One and done,
done.
Cliff.
I want it done. Let's see. True or false question for you. I already asked that one. Let me scratch it out. All right. It's true or false. Supermarkets' apples can be up to a year old.
I'm going to say true just because they cover them in wax.
Yeah, that's why. That's specifically why they cover them in wax.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Jerry. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola. Jerry, sober, not sober?
I am sober.
All right, Jerry, our men's room poll. You're going to eat one on a dare. Cockroach, handful of maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
Now, can you cook the maggots or cockroaches, or they got to be raw?
This is raw, man.
Yeah,
Pop
you're
straight
eating
in
them, you're eating them alive, man.
Ooh, let's go cockroach.
Cockroach.
So you'd have taken maggots if you could cook the maggots.
I'd take
Yeah,
a lot of
that.
these if you can cook them. I'd almost take the liver if you could cook it.
I would take the maggots because at that point they're more like popcorn.
I kind of want to try cooked liver again.
Really?
I mean, I generally don't like organs, but a lot of people like cooked liver, so I'd give it a run.
Okay. All right, here's your question. What fashion fad did the 1983 movie Flashdance make popular?
Stockings?
That's not a bad guess.
Leggings?
Leg warmers.
Yeah,
leg warmers
Yeah.
specifically. God, they were huge for a hot minute, man.
Also, that was a terrible movie.
It was.
It was not a good movie.
But look, we didn't have to see the movie, slightly too young, but I knew she was hot. I saw water drop under the chair. She had the leg warmers, one shoulder covered. It was a good look for a while.
Yeah.
And then, like, all the girls in school within 2 weeks had leg warmers and the shoulders.
Dancing was very popular in movies back then.
God, it was. All right, your question. What former president is the only person to be named Time Magazine's Person of the Year 3 times?
Clinton?
Carter? Nope. Ted, you'll figure it out with this clue. To be named Time Magazine's for 3 times, there's a good chance this president was in office for a hot minute.
So
Roosevelt.
Yeah, FDR. Yeah, he was in there 4 times. All right. Your question. Carcharodon carcharias is the scientific name for what animal? The great white shark, the blue whale, the African elephant, or the white rhino? Carcharodon.
Can you give me that first? Yeah, what is it?
Carcharodon carcharias. A future wide receiver in the NFL.
See the great white.
Okay. Yep, you're correct, sir. Well done.
Carcharodon.
Carcharodon carcharias. Okay. Don't act like you don't know. Is this the...
So, yeah, I'm not going to play it for you because it's a long, long video, and I'm going to go through this and watch this
Why
again.
is there a mascot dressed up like AIDS?
That's the whole thing.
That's Captain AIDS.
He's AIDS getting into your body.
It's a person in a suit that says AIDS.
Exactly. And so the fence is basically your skin defending, from the outside world, and then, AIDS gets in there, comes in contact with the T cell.
Animated.
This was actual people in costumes, dude. This thing was awesome.
I wonder if there's any celebrities we know of now that starred in those AIDS things. Like, look, man, honestly, I got my start. You wouldn't recognize it as Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a guy dressed as AIDS. There's somebody in there that was their start.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Justin, sober, not sober?
Sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy, sir. Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to eat one thing on a dare. You're taking the cockroach, the maggots, raw liver, or ghost pepper?
Let's see here. I've had them all cooked, but I'd have to go with the ghost pepper.
Ghost pepper.
What was the circumstance that you had? Liver, I understand. Peppers, I understand. What about the maggots and the cockroach? Where were you that you had these cooked bugs?
So they were both like novelty snacks, coated in tahine and what was the other bit? Tahine and chamoy.
Were you in Thailand?
No, it was at the Mexican store by my house in Mount Vernon.
Actually, I had we had crickets, fried crickets, same thing, tahine and all that when we were in Mexico City.
I bet they're delicious.
They were super good. They were really, really
good.
They were
actually they're like super crunchy, and really the Mexican flavors really just like take away from it. So you're just having like crunchy spices. It tastes really good.
It actually is good, but it's fun because they bring it out in a big ass bowl, and it's just a bowl of crickets. They look exactly the same.
And it's like popcorn. You can just keep eating them. It's kind of ridiculous.
It is. We, my wife and I were like, because the waiter kept saying, "Hey, do you want to try it?" We're like, "F it, why not?" So we did, but our kids were sitting at the table with us. They abruptly got up and left. And I believe this is a quote from my son. No. Got up, and they went outside and played. All right, here's your question. Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, they collaborated on the hit single When You Believe. For what 1998 DreamWorks movie?
What year?
1998.
Would that be Shrek?
That's not a bad guess, but no. Any guesses?
Say it again.
It was a DreamWorks movie. It came out in 1998. Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey collaborated on the hit single When You Believe. The Prince of Egypt.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm thinking animated DreamWorks. I totally forgot that they did animated.
Me too, dude. I had to Google it this morning because I thought it was Disney, but before I wrote down Disney, I'm like, let me just double check. And I'm glad I didn't write down Disney. It was, in fact, DreamWorks. All right, your question.
Cool.
What name is given to the units of electrical resistance? Is it the ampere, a circuit, a diode, or an ohm?
That would be an ohm.
That's correct. You got it right.
What do you think? One more contestant for Big Dummy?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right.
I'm glad we're doing one more just because my man's name is Boris. Hello, Boris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Boris, are you sober or not sober?
I'm trying not to be, but sober at the moment.
All right, Boris. Okay, our men's room poll. Eat one on a dare. Cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or a ghost pepper?
Ooh, I'm a spice guy, so I'm going to go with the ghost pepper.
All right.
People are loving that.
All right, Spicy Boris, here is your question. The Queensland nut is another name for what? A macadamia, a hazel, a pistachio, or a coconut?
Sorry, repeat that again?
The Queensland nut is another name for what? A macadamia nut, a hazelnut, a pistachio, or a coconut?
Ooh, Queensland. That makes me think New York. I'm going to go with macadamia.
It is macadamia. One and done.
All right,
Nice job.
Before we let you go, let's give you a 50-50 true or false question. Before toilet paper, Americans used corn husks.
Solely America?
For the most part, I guess. Wherever they have corn.
Yeah, I mean, we still had corn, so yeah, corn.
Okay. It makes sense,
One
man.
more.
One more.
Big Dummy.
What's up, Tyler? Welcome to the men's room.
Yo!
Hola.
Tyler, sober or not sober?
Oh, sober. Just picked up my boy Blue from school and heading that way.
Okay. All right, Tyler, you're going to eat one on a dare there. You taking the cockroach, maggots, raw liver, or ghost pepper?
Well, I've had deer liver raw after we killed one. I've had cockroach. Let's go with the ghost pepper. I like spicy.
Okay.
All right.
Ghost pepper it is.
All right. Here is your question.
All right.
Where the hell did it go? Okay, there we go. Sorry. Mongolia, Madagascar, Tibet, or Azerbaijan? Ulaanbaatar is the capital of which? Mongolia, Madagascar, Tibet, or Azerbaijan?
Let's go with Mongolia.
Oh, wow.
Ulaanbaatar,
People are on
Mongolia.
fire today on the one and done.
All right, hang on. We got a 50-50 question for you. True or false? Human teeth are the only part of the human body that cannot heal themselves.
True.
Okay. Two questions, two correct answers.
Head Chefs on the way. 10 Speed of Potatoes has the best airports for fast food. And we've got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Bring excitement to your landscape with proven winners, Color Choice Shrubs. These flowering shrubs and evergreens have been trialed and tested by experts to make sure they look better and bloom better, so they're just as easy to care for as what's in your landscape now, but a whole lot more colorful and interesting. Look for proven winners, Color Choice Shrubs, in the distinctive white container at your local garden center, or learn more at provenwinnerscolorchoice.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Head chef on the way. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has the best airports for fast food. But first, time for a few emails from The Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got
All right, let's jump right into birthdays. Hola, guys. I want to wish our son, Colby, a very happy 4th birthday. Colby. Mommy and Daddy love you so much. If we could have a green beans and some dad jokes from Miles, that would be great. Thanks, guys. That from Christopher.
Green beans, green beans, green beans, green beans.
Kid-friendly dad jokes?
Some of them.
I got a couple.
Okay. Guys, I once hooked up with a Japanese porn star.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah? But it was a total blur. It was pixelated, Ted.
Right out of the gate.
Couldn't see anything.
Right out of the gate.
4. He's 4.
All right, he knows. What's a guy with a large penis called?
What?
I knew you guys wouldn't know.
Hey, good joke.
How do you find a blind man at a nude beach?
How?
It's not hard. When women sleep with a ton of dudes, she's empowered. But when us guys do it, it's gay all of a sudden. And Ted, this one's for you.
Don't involve me.
Where does Phil Collins record all of his music?
The Stu Studio.
Stu Studio.
That's a gimme. Do you know why Tigger's head was in the toilet?
He's looking for poo.
Yeah. All right. Oh, man, you know these Thrill. Do you know why there's no casinos in Africa?
I do. I will not ruin it.
It's too many cheetahs.
Got any more?
I do. My buddy's kid, she did a whole stand-up act for her outdoor school.
How about the bear that goes into the bar?
What happened to the bear that went to the bar?
Well, he goes in there and he orders. He sits down at the bar and he looks at the bartender and says, "Could I please have a Jack and Coke?" Bartender says, "What's with the big pause?" He's like, "I was born with them." Gotta work on your delivery, Mike.
Yeah. What did Mr. Spock find in the toilet?
The captain's log.
Guys, I want to wish my son Corbin a very happy 10th birthday. Can I get the captain talking about what it's like to hit double digits? And a quick pep talk from Coach Ted about his upcoming football season.
Yes,
that's about to start. Thanks, guys, from Rock On. That from Jeff.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. I'll assume by double digits they're talking about your age and not the captain's conquest. Well, the nice thing about hitting double digits is that finally you can tell people I'm a double D. Crunch Bears. Double digits, Ted. I don't think they have breasts.
First of all, side pep talk for parents. Germans and captain. Make sure those kids are 18. All right, what's this kid saying?
I always do.
This is Corbin's 10th birthday. Yeah.
All right, Corbin, look, you're going to start playing some football. Let's learn a couple things very quickly. Number one, son, see what you hit. All right, it's called a form tackle. Even in the 90s when Coach was playing football, we did that, all right? Face mask up, see what you hit. Second of all, it's a collision sport. It's a violent sport, all right? Keep your head on a swivel. If you're not hitting something, paying attention, that's how you're going to get hurt. Third of all, don't be afraid to hit somebody, all right? It's football. Deliver the blow, son.
Michelle, today my son Andy has successfully survived 22 rotations around the sun. For his day, can he get the Dirty Germans to talk about his D&D character, One Arm Brad, and all the adventures that One Arm Brad has had. Thanks, guys. That from Squirrel.
Yeah, oddly enough, I knew someone that we called Squirrel because he always had nuts in his mouth. Yeah, and as far as one arm, just simply referring to me below the waist.
Yeah, see, this one arm Brad. It's the character in the D&D, so we know what he uses the one arm for, since it's not having sex with women.
Yeah.
Guys, I have to email my own birthday in because my wife doesn't listen. So how about the Dirty Germans talking about me and the pregnant wife? First kid, by the way, for both of us. We'll do tonight after our ultrasound. Actually, it's hers. That from Brackett from Camano Island. He's been listening since he was 10 with his dad.
Yeah, I'm on this one. After the ultrasound, simply tells the doctor, don't wipe it up. We'll just move some of that gel down.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could just squish it around the back. I don't want to injure the child. Yeah, actually what's going to happen after the ultrasound is you're both going to stare at it and drink a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you going to cry when you see how small the penis is? Guys, I want to wish my husband, Jeff, a very happy 34th birthday. That from Wendy, dealer's choice there. She doesn't specify.
Dip responsibly.
Did you say drip responsibly?
No, I was going to say
Drip
drink
responsibly.
responsibly.
I thought you say drip.
Well, generally we say drink, but it's dip responsibly.
Dip responsibly.
Who's the person, by the way, on the tall urinal that can't hit it? And pee?
I know!
How do you pee on the floor in a urinal? What is going on in there? It's every single day.
And then there's somebody who drips some that dries up on the very top and it's brown. Like they need to get themselves checked out. It's bad.
On the tall one?
Yeah.
Don't use it.
Well,
not on me.
I can't. Look in there right now, Ted. I swear to God, there's a puddle of urine underneath the urinal.
And who sheds their pubic hair like a poodle in the summer?
I
went in there yesterday, man, and I'm like, did someone get a haircut in here?
No, that's me, man.
You can tell by the length of the hair.
It's not me. I recently cleaned up.
Well, you and Mike
cleaned up
debate on the red ones, but the longer it is, it could be Castle, but you guys are short.
I don't use the tall urinal.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's too close to my equipment, so I get splashback.
I think it's Castle, man. And it's sad, but literally, I'm in the bathroom yesterday peeing. Going, my God, there's a lot of hair in here. Why do I think it's Ryan Castle's? Why am I having these spots?
Because he also does strut up to that urinal with a little too much confidence.
He struts around with a little too much confidence, period.
This one says, good morning, KISW.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today's my birthday. Can you please send a shout out for me, please? Thank you. That from Melody Bales. Mike, can you just give a shout out to Melody Bales?
Melody!
There you go.
Bales, huh?
Mm-hmm. Guys, Jim's birthday is today. Can he get the Turtles having sex and maybe a big old bong rip? He's 61. Maybe the Dirty Germans. Thank you, guys. That from Holly.
Yeah, I know it's only March, but if you're lucky for your birthday, you'll still have a holly jolly Christmas or a jolly holly Christmas.
Yeah, it's the only part about holly I don't like is the little ball spot always red.
Yeah.
Real quick on turtle sex, I was randomly somewhere the other day. These people did not know the show, and they engaged me in a conversation about the sounds of turtle having sex.
Okay, if they don't know the show, I'm curious to know how you broached the topic.
They brought it up and were like, have you ever heard it? And I said, are you effing with me?
Right.
Are you effing with me? And they were like, no, it's crazy. And I was like, you don't have to tell me. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I work on a radio show. It's kind of a big deal, blah, blah, blah. It got to the point where my buddy was like, here's the shirt.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That had to be the strangest conversation. Hey, you ever heard turtles have sex? Actually, I have.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like offended.
I know.
And they were like, no, it's a turtle having sex with a shoe. Their point was turtles are horny freaks.
Mm-hmm. And we got that from the sound.
Yeah.
Also known as horny.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Guys, my husband turned 67 today, loves the show. He's Jamaican, so of course he's working today, has 3 or more jobs. Could you give him a fish sandwich salute because he sings it every friggin' time he hears it. Thanks, guys. That from Tracy.
Can I get a fish sandwich? Oh, you know I gotta eat right. Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? You put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Take a moment, head chef, not trying to cramp your style here real quick, but let everybody know that if you're headed to T-Mobile tonight to the Mariners home opener, you can find delicious Men's Room IPA from Black Raven Brewing in the following locations. Keep these in mind depending on where your seats are. Now, if you are in section 319, that is the upper deck. It is available at the Good Hops Beer Stand. Again, section 319, the Good Hops Beer Stand has the Men's Room IPA. Also, if you're at club level, section 243, the third base bar. Just remember, club level, third base bar, section 243 has the Men's Room IPA.
I've been there. That bar is awesome.
It's a great bar. Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Terrace Club.
Yes, very swanky, very nice. They will actually bring you the beer. The waiter, waitress. That level.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to get out of your seat. They'll just bring you the beer. They come out with a sheet and check it off, and boom, it'll be there in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, let's see. Coming up, we'll drink toast with the shot of the day. Speaking of, but first,
time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the Men's Room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Hey, what else? Got the Mariners game. You pop into King Street. Be afraid to go in there. Ask for Troy. He's the owner. Tell Troy. Ted said, get the Men's Room on. Maybe if you go over to
Tell him something else.
Oh, I like Troy's a friend. If you go into Shane and Shelley Sluggers, you tell
Shane and Shelley?
Shane and Shelley. You tell Shane or Shelley. Ted said, hey, get the Men's Room on.
There you go. D. Ted Smith says, get the Men's Room on.
This is how you do it, folks.
There's a couple other bars down there where I dare you to do it.
Well, good news. If you enjoy what I would think is the finest steak in Seattle, maybe in April you can get there.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to text today from a good friend of ours. Now, the opposite of that would be fast food.
Yeah.
So today we have a list of the best airports for fast food. Now, also, you got to keep in mind, this list is a little misleading because part of it is wait times for the fast food.
Okay. All right.
So some of the top airports on here don't have the busiest wait times because they're not the busiest airports.
Fair enough.
There's also the number one airport. I don't know why. I've never heard Thrill or Mike talk about it. For some reason, it's a circle of hell that Miles and I only seem to get stuck in. Cincinnati.
Yes.
I was only there once.
Which is Covington, right? Because it's the Cincinnati, Ohio airport, but it's in Covington, Kentucky.
Correct.
The plus side, if you're a cigarette smoker, they actually have a smoking lounge where you can drink a beer in there.
You're in Kentucky now.
Correct. I've been rerouted through there a couple times, but they have, what was I going to say? If you're jonesing for fast food, they say the best place to fly into is Cincinnati. The average number of daily passengers per fast food place is 6,916. That's compared to an average of more than 25,000 passengers across all airports.
And that is where I've got skunked on the Chick-fil-A. So if they still have that one, that's still going to be there.
You know, it's funny, and you brought up Chick-fil-A earlier. I don't know if a lot of people know Chick-fil-A's story, but Chick-fil-A, it's kind of weird because you brought up Waffle House as well.
Yeah.
And why they don't have those in airports. So Chick-fil-A, when that guy made the Chick-fil-A sandwich, he started selling them in Waffle Houses.
Really?
But his sandwich got so popular that Waffle House was like, hey, we don't like people are just coming in for your sandwich. So then he started in malls, because that's how I remember it. Columbia Mall in Maryland had a Chick-fil-A. Mm-hmm. And then in the South, they started opening freestanding Chick-fil-A's. Now, you know, they're all across the country. But that was a big thing. Like growing up, right, Maryland played in the Atlantic Coast Conference, the ACC. So you'd always see commercials for Food Lion and Chick-fil-A. But even then, you had to go to a mall to go find a damn Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Obviously,
same with Sparrow. No freestanding Sparrows.
You know, it's a good point.
Yeah.
And Annie's Pretzels. There's a bunch of those things that are pretty well mall exclusive.
They are. I think nowadays, because of the fact that malls aren't as big time.
Yeah.
See, more of those stores, I think, will be freestanding.
I mean, I can see it with the pizza place, but, like, if your whole thing is pretzels, like, yeah.
Yeah, well, Panda Express. I mean, I know there's one where
right.
you used to live, close to that QFC, but typically you're going to the mall.
There is.
And there's Panda Express in airports. I've seen them.
And Panda Express now does drive-through, so I think that's easier. And I think, look, Aunt Annie's, I feel like if they did a drive-through pretzel joint, people would do it.
Maybe. I mean, I just don't know if it's sustainable enough. You're right.
Because it's a snack as opposed to a meal.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, look, I'm not against eating pretzels for a meal, but I don't know that anybody, like, you would never tell a kid, let's have pretzels, unless it's a fun
dinner.
thing. Right.
I did, like, if we're at a sporting event. I do think Andy's Pretzels would be wise to do something like Krispy Kreme did, and they didn't need to, but team up with McDonald's.
Thank you.
Team up with someone else who says, hey, we have Andy's Pretzels.
Well, not only do that, give them a bun to put on a burger.
Yeah, something.
So,
yeah, it's not a bad idea. Some of the other top airports in here was George Bush International in Houston.
I've never flown in there. That's one airport in there.
I've been to the Houston airport, pretty damn big.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and honestly, Texas is Texas.
I mean, come on.
The
food is going to be
good.
good.
Dallas, but never Houston.
They have everything. I actually like the Dallas airport. Another massive one.
I've never actually been to the Dallas airport.
You step outside, it's a nubbin.
I can believe that.
Yeah, they just have. Let me ask you this. How often do you guys get fast food when you go through airports?
Depends on the time and how much time I have on the layover.
I rarely do. I will get it for the kids. The kids know it. The kids like it. But for me, honestly, I'm just trying to find either they choose to sit down at the bar or I want to sit down in a restaurant that serves beer. You know what I mean? So the kids, I'll get fast food just to kind of shut them up or whatever, or right before we get on the plane. But if we eat at the airport and I'm with the kids, we're going to a sit-down restaurant just because they serve alcohol.
Ted, if I have a hangover, like if I'm in Vegas, so the day before, the day you leave Vegas, you're feeling like ass.
Yeah.
So the Seattle terminal, you walk by the Burger King. What I do is I go and just get a cheeseburger or something to just kind of grease my stomach up.
Yeah.
And then I walk down a little bit farther to where the gambling area is, smoke a cigarette, rip one of those, then walk back to the bar right beside the Burger King.
Yeah.
And then wait for my flight.
Mike, do you grab fast food at the airport?
Only if I'm starving, to be honest with you, just because I know that they jack up the prices of it, or if it's a place that I've never been to. The one exception is that I tend to fly earlier in the morning, so if there's a Dunkin' Donuts somewhere, I'll go get coffee just because we don't get that anywhere around here. But other than that, I'm kind of with Steve. Like, I'll go sit down and grab a beer. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm with you. If I'm in an airport, I try to sit down and, like, number one, like, I do enjoy a beer.
That's it.
But number two, it's like if I have time and I'm there early enough, like, I kind of want to eat something. And if I'm not going to get a beer, I'll stop at one of those stands and get, like, a wrap.
Sure.
And eat that. But I just worry about eating fat. I've taken so many flights, and I worry about just having
your stomach
on a flight.
Yeah, that's a different experience.
I will say this. There is plenty of times I've gotten off a flight, especially in Seattle. Back in the day, the airport's changed now.
Yeah.
And I would grab fast food when I got off the flight and just hop in a cab and take it home with me. But generally, and Mike made a good point, if it's some weird exotic fast food, which I know sounds like an oxymoron, that you don't get anywhere else, I'd probably do that, right? If it, like
I'll give it a try.
Also, if you don't want to poop for days and you're flying out of Payne Field, they have a Beecher's cheese. That's a restaurant there. So you get like a Beecher's cheese plate. Then get on your Alaska flight, order another cheese plate. By the time you get to your destination, no poops for days.
I will say, I oftentimes when I leave Seattle, if I get there early enough, I will go to Beecher's, get some cheese. They usually they sell some type of cured meat as well.
Yeah.
And then I don't tell people, like, I don't know. I think it's fine. You're flying. And then when you show up, it's like, I brought charcuterie for later.
I know. You look like a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, they also looked at some things that people like, what they encounter. And look, Miles, you talked about it, Chick-fil-A rules. 42% of the airports looked at said they have at least one Chick-fil-A. Some have multiple. Burger King is next. 30% of them have a Burger King, which is kind of funny because McDonald's reigns supreme. But for some reason, when I think airport fast food, it's always the King.
Yep. Right, but I think that's why Burger King's like, can we get into the...
And you mentioned Atlanta and the fact that I go to Bojangles.
Bojangles, yeah.
I do if it's in the morning on a red eye, but any other time, I will go to the Varsity and get their hot dogs. So they have those in the airport. I'll just go get a Varsity dog, and I'm like, this is freaking awesome.
Wendy's is next after that, then McDonald's and Subway, and then Panda Express last. I like Panda Express. To me, that's a very specific kind of urge. Like we talk about the difference between, like, say, a Taco Time and a Taco Bell.
Right.
Like Panda Express, I love their orange chicken. And
everybody does.
But that's another one. I don't know if I'm housing Panda Express and then hopping on a flight.
You want to sleep on the plane.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because BWI, Baltimore Washington International in Baltimore, shows up on the list. They have a lot of fast food there. Just locals kind of thing here. As somebody that's lived in both places, if you like Alaska Airlines and you're taking that 5:30 flight, there is a place right by the gate called the Green Turtle.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's not the best crab cake you're going to have.
But it's better than anything you've had here.
Don't they have a Jimmy's in the airport? A BWI?
No, I don't know. I just know... I know on good authority.
The Green Turtle.
The Green Turtle is right by the gate. You can chill there pretty long, get a crab cake sandwich, some beers, maybe some Old Bay chicken wings. It's still worth the flight in plenty of time.
Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. Shot of the Day's coming up. You are listening to The Men's Room.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, so coming up, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. Older Americans have twice as many STIs than they did a decade ago.
Yeah, getting jiggy, baby.
Damn right. Just means that older Americans are having a lot more sex than they were a decade ago.
And not caring.
No.
Okay.
Have fun.
We'd like to thank the Villages of Florida for contributing heavily to that stat.
Hey, baby. Need another Mai Tai?
What makes them older? Like, what's the age?
It's kind of what I was wondering.
And above?
It's like as if it's, I
don't want to know that number.
I know. I'm at the age now.
I don't want to know because I'm probably there.
I get it.
Oh, I want to know.
I don't.
I'm guessing at 60. I feel like when you say that, you're talking retirement age or older.
Yeah.
That's just my general. I don't know if that's the case. That's just how I feel.
Well, there's like a term that I can't really Google anymore because those women are my age.
Yep. I know it's exactly the term you're talking about, Ted.
Yeah, but I'm gotten at the age now at 43 where I'm like, I don't know. What is she, 60?
Oh, no. Everything changes.
Yeah, I like an early dinner on a Saturday.
I'd like to meet your mother.
Yeah. Well, I told Mike earlier, I'm also at the age where I have some buddies I know who are in their 50s. Facebook sends you suggestions. I'm like, oh, this chick's hot. She's 27. Then I'm like, God damn it, that's my buddy's daughter.
Oh.
According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the rates of STIs in adults aged 55 and older have doubled over the past decade.
I'm part of the club now.
Yeah.
You got an STI?
No, but I need to. I'm failing everybody.
You've never had one?
Crabs, that was it.
Okay. I don't even think that counts.
He's okay.
It doesn't really.
It's the most problematic, but.
There have been people I've been with where I'm like, man, I should get checked. Right? It's just feeling, and so far I've been in the clear, but yeah.
I kind of like being the one in this room that hasn't.
That doesn't have an STD?
I don't think I've gone through it.
We need to
never lived.
Come on, Mike.
You got to be irresponsible.
Yeah, be a little irresponsible. Put it in places. Yeah, come on.
Mike, I'll swear to God, sometimes you don't even think you're being irresponsible.
No,
I know.
No. Look. You could go into a trash dump, right?
Sure.
And not catch any disease.
Yeah.
Not get sick. dig through garbage. Everything's fine.
Eat a dead raccoon that you stole from a hobo.
You could stay in the Ritz and get a disease.
That's
right.
Just remember, man, it's like the cover of the book. Be careful.
No, lockdown. Good to go, baby.
Right.
I'm all right.
Yeah, but you don't have to sweat it now.
Exactly. I'm golden.
Right, there's only 2 of us in there.
If you get one, you have questions. Did you give this to me? Did I give it to you?
Multiple women online said that they were
the dog.
Maybe he's a swinger. You don't.
I don't know that.
Yeah, you don't
You
know.
see any pineapples around the place?
Steve could be a swinger. Mike could be a swinger. We don't.
Mike and I swing together.
Yeah.
We do, man.
Only on Saturdays. Third Saturday of each month.
A few weeks ago, I slept on his couch.
Third Saturday of each month.
You were in a bed.
I was true.
You did make it
true.
to the bed, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
yeah. Oh, good. Multiple women online said...
Did you know where
there's
you were?
a couch
No,
right
we
there.
did.
Did you know
Baby.
where you were when you woke up?
Oh, yeah.
You did. Okay.
Yeah. No, I knew where I was the entire time.
Okay.
In hell.
There's just nothing you can do about it.
Exactly. Multiple women online said that they were punched in the face while walking around New York.
I read about this a couple days ago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's one person either.
No, it's not. I was scrolling through TikTok and I caught 3 different videos of women that were like, I just got punched in the face. Like, the hell's going on, New York? But it was all New York.
Right, like she said that, and then a bunch of other women were like, me too, but within a time frame where you go like, okay, what's up? Like within the last 2 weeks.
See, mine wasn't even me too. I got 3 in the same night, dude. And it's not like I know that people have been having issues and I just got it too. Like, no, they're like, dude, this guy came out of nowhere and he just punched me.
So there's no confrontation, there's no talk, you're just sucker punch.
And there's no follow up, right?
Right.
They
Punching
smack
women.
them and then they just take off. Yeah.
Bitches.
Grow the hell up.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, that's
but
just
pushing
pathetic.
people on trains. New York's got a lot of weird stuff going on.
It also has that many people.
It
Yeah,
does,
but
and
the
it's always
crimes-
had issues, but there's something that's spiked lately, right? Like you're saying, the subway used to be made fun of because there's rats and it smells like pee. Both of those things were true, but now just the level of violence on these subways has escalated. No one knows exactly why.
It's not like on the BART in San Francisco. Like, this is repeatedly the New York subway.
Yeah, but also, you hear, the New York subway in the 80s was violent. Like death. So I'm saying, like, I don't know. You hear about it more. I feel like the 80s, New York City was dangerous.
They've stepped up the light
It
rail
was
here.
super bad. The problem is, Ted, like anything, if you're not old enough to remember, this is new to you. Because you're
Correct,
in the 80s, like, dude, Times Square, you did not go to Times Square. Now, if you
Correct.
go to New York, you're going to Times Square. But they cleaned it all up, and that helped. They had a good 30-year run, so I guess you're going back through this whole wave again. You'll clean it up again, you get another 3-decade run, and it'll go back to crap.
There's a team of researchers in Belgium attempting to use AI to brew the best tasting beer ever.
I mean, maybe they pull it off. My only thing with AI is, what does it know if it doesn't have taste buds? I can say, look, these are the most popular recipes,
Sure.
but with that, where AI is different than humanity, other than everything, is it could scour the internet in a billionth of a second to tell you these are the most popular beers.
Right.
Where AI goes wrong is, therefore, people like these beers. It's Bud Light, it's Budweiser. These beers are absolutely awful.
See.
But I would look at sales and go like, okay, people love the Sapporo, massive. What is it out of China? Is it Sing? Something like that. Massive beer. So you'd mix all these things together, try to come up, and in the end, you're just going to come up with a light lager that tastes like beer, but it's not necessarily good.
See, where I think it's going to go is it's going to go for the flavor profiles and all of that. They're going to read all kinds of blogs and whatnot, and they're going to figure out what the people like. And at the end of the day, they're going to craft a fantastic beer, and it's going to taste just like the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
Well played, Mike.
I like what you did there.
Look for the bright yellow.
We take the best of the best, and it's Men's Room IPA.
Bam.
You sons of bitches.
I would also say, though, I'm with you. Like, everybody has different tastes. Look, AI can come up with the perfect woman. That doesn't mean it's my taste.
Correct.
I'm sure I'd find it attractive.
What I've seen so far, yes.
Would.
Yeah.
But AI, here's the thing. Great. You came up with the most beautiful woman. Can you make her real?
Right.
And be attracted to bald black dudes in their 50s with tattoos.
Right.
Because if you can't, you mean nothing to me.
Says outlandish things. Of course, I'd love to sit here and watch you play video games. That sounds like an excellent night.
You're the best bass player I've ever heard.
Would you like me to support you? Yes.
How about you get up and watch soccer, then American football, and then a taped race of Formula One. Like, let's get married.
Right.
I love when you drink beer at 10 a.m. on NFL Sundays.
Wait, Ted,
And
I
how
just
you
remembered.
cuss at the screen.
Isn't the Formula One race tomorrow?
All you need to do is wake up and start making mimosas. Make a picture of them. That is the distractor.
Right.
And then you make your own drink.
Mine's already made.
Yeah. Well, because you took it back in a shot before she walked back in the room.
You're right, Miles. You deserve another shot.
Yeah.
Are you sure you've had enough to drink? I think we should stay for one more.
I'm just calling to tell you, Miles, please stay out with your friends and enjoy yourself at the bar.
I was just going to say,
let's hang out with your friends again. Okay, honey. I mean, your one friend's okay, but yeah, we can hang out with my friends again.
I love it when you guys argue about sports. It turns me on.
Yes. You said you were done golfing at 4.
I'm so glad you did not come home.
Oh, I'm glad you had fun. That's really what makes me the happiest.
A boyfriend on the weekend? Leave me alone.
You're looking for a weekend boyfriend for the wife.
You have the pass, man. Just go. I'd rather deal with that than deal with your friend.
She would also say other things like, your barbecue's not dry at all. Thanks. It's my first time doing a brisket.
Thanks, baby.
I enjoy how many chews it takes to break the brisket down.
I'm gonna.
Did you buy one?
Not yet. I know where I'm going though.
All right, okay.
I'm gonna get this thing done, dude.
I like it when it's tough.
Hey, don't hey, look.
I like that instead of just burnt ends,
Mike,
it's the whole thing.
Don't beat yourself up on brisket.
I know.
I know. Trust me, that's the most difficult thing I think there is to.
I'm excited though, man. I'm excited. Anyway, do you guys know what today
Who
is?
says meat has to be tender?
Not the cunt.
You're right. Let's just do mouth stuff. On you. All right, sorry. You're right. I do feel like doing all the work again.
No. Show up from behind.
Please let me.
Come on, AI. Until you do that, you're nothing. You're nothing.
This is getting bad. You guys know what
It's
today
getting accurate.
opening day. You're damn right, Ted. It's opening day, and we all know the rules of baseball in here when it comes to, the basics of gameplay. But if there's one thing that's kind of the bane of a lot of different fans' existence, as well as players, are those pesky unwritten rules, right? Those rules that aren't exactly on the rule book, but man, you can't do that because of the old school way. In fact, let's get into it.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10. 10 of baseball's unwritten rules. I don't want to talk about the unwritten rules of baseball.
Huh?
I don't mind sounding a bit of a purist or a curmudgeon when it comes to the game I love. I'm a National League guy, and you went and ruined it. You put 9 people on the field. Those same 9 people get an at-bat. You don't bring in a designated hitter. Ooh, but it makes the game so much more exciting. No, it's not that tough. Ooh, we have to protect the ace pitcher's arm. Give me a break. I will die on this hill.
He will.
And Mariners fans, 108 years. I have been a Cubs fan since I was 4 years old. I am 49 now. 45 years. 1 World Series in my lifetime 8 years ago. Calm down. Go Mariners.
Never in our existence, VD.
You don't think it'll happen in your life?
I didn't say that. I just said in our existence, we haven't had it.
Oh, in our, okay.
108 years, me. Well, you were alive for 80 of them, so shut up. Baseball's unwritten rules. He will. He has bitched about the designated hitter.
How long has it been?
For a long time, dude. Like, he bitched about it before it became a rule that it was,
Do you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
My very good friend Tony, who's also a curmudgeon and will admit it, just like VD does. To this day, he refuses to listen to Pearl Jam because they replaced Andrew Wood, who died, by the way.
Right.
So I had to boot him out in Mother Love Bone. I mean, to this day, he's like, I won't do it, man.
Him out.
I was like, bro, it's been 3 decades, man. Won't do it.
Baseball's unwritten rule book, don't steal bases, swing at 3-0 pitches, or otherwise run up the score when ahead by a large margin.
I would say
that again.
If you're at the pro level, you could swing at a 3-0 pitch.
Basically, if you're ahead by a large margin, you do not steal bases, you do not swing at 3-0 pitches, and you do not run up the score. Basically,
well, a large lead has nothing to do with a 3-0 pitch,
right? Like,
I feel in professional sports, No one's running up the score. I think Bill Belichick, who's not my favorite, had one of the best quotes. They beat the piss out of the Bills probably like 15 years ago. But like, you ran up the score. He goes, we did not run up the score. He goes, it is not my job to tell my team to stop playing. It's the other coach's job to tell his team to stop us. And I'm like, you know what? Once you get paid, brother, it's not personal. Right. I'm not trying to crush you, but if you can't stop me, I keep going.
It's also tough, too, like, I coached a lot of baseball in my teenage years when I stopped playing, like later teenage years and early 20s.
Right.
I have coached teams that we were just better. And I had umpires before, like, just keep running. Have them swing at everything. I was trying to run my kids into outs.
Right.
And the other team was so bad, they couldn't even throw the ball.
And you're like, come on.
That's why you need a 10-run rule.
Yes.
I'd say
correct.
Make it after the 6th inning in all levels of baseball. So Little League's a little bit different because they only go 6 innings.
Sure.
But every other dude, if you're beating a team by 10, then the game is over.
Yeah.
No, the game is over as soon as you score that run. It's like, boom, we win.
Don't swing at the first pitch after the pitcher has allowed back-to-back home runs.
Wow.
Oh.
Are you kidding?
I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of swinging at the first pitch, period. But
I am.
I'd
go for it.
You know what, Miles? We're not going to do this on the air.
No, okay, all right.
We obviously coach different.
I know.
I'm just saying, I don't like. I've never even heard that one.
As far as the conventional retaliation, who's the target?
The next batter?
The next batter. Throwing at hitters is the conventional retaliation. Pitchers relieved mid-inning must stay in the dugout until the end of the inning. I've never even heard of that.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, like he can't go.
If I relieve you, Ted, you sit in that dugout until I'm finished, and then you
because you're gonna watch. You got to watch the guy that relieved you.
Right.
That's just
you left the men on base, so you got to see how the inning ends.
Correct.
I mean,
that's on you because that's on you.
These are very ticky tacky, and again, like I'm joking with Miles, but I think this depends on how you're coaching your team and what your set of rules are.
Don't step on the pitcher's mound.
Never.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel that's fair. That's just a respect thing, man.
Don't walk in front of the catcher. If you're coming up to bat and you need to cross over, you go behind the umpire in order to get to your batter's box.
Huh. I didn't know that one.
I don't know that.
I've never heard that one.
It wouldn't be disrespect.
Out now, dude.
I would not even think about it.
I've never heard of that one.
Neither have I.
Never.
I
mean, also,
never.
To me, it's we always thought it was a sign of disrespect, and also just, I don't know, man. You never know when a ball's going to get thrown in. He might change out a ball. Like, I always thought of it as a safety thing, too.
I love this
I
one.
would think more safety.
Yeah, I love this one. When you're listening to a game, the Ted Smith, he's out on the mound, and he is just pitching a burner of a game. In fact, it's 7th inning here, Steve. As a matter of fact, if you look at that scoreboard there, Ted's got a no-hitter going here in the 7th inning.
Do not talk to the pitcher.
Never
Do not bring it up.
Don't even talk about it.
Don't say it.
My buddy did it while he was driving last week.
No.
He goes, we've barely hit any traffic. And I went, dude,
what's wrong with
you? got a perfect game.
Right. There's certain
We're
things you feel
almost there.
When the universe is smiling upon you. So, no hitter getting all the green lights. It seems like there's this universal belief, like, the universe is smiling on us. Don't bring it up.
It's like the guy that announces the fact this guy hasn't missed a field goal all year.
Right. You know what's going to happen.
My friend just goes, hey, you just had 4 pars in a row. And I'm like,
you...
Now I'm not going to.
Yeah, golf course a little different.
You're a little salty.
Yeah, he's competing with
you still owe Jay a little hand action.
I think I owe more now.
Still on no-hitters, don't bunt during a no-hitter.
Oh, I disagree with that. I love it.
Why?
Bunt.
Why? It's a play.
Yeah.
I'm trying to win the game. I'm glad
because that is a scuzzy way to get rid of a no-hitter.
No, it's not. It's putting a guy on first.
Unless it's an actual strategy of yours.
It's not about me ending your no-hitter. Because if I'm on the opposing team, I don't care that you're throwing a no-hitter beyond the fact that my team's not hitting. But to Miles' point, if I can get a guy on base, which makes my next batter very important to me, I'm doing the whole point to me, if they're paying you money to compete at that level, is to win the effing game.
Also, something else. If you're throwing a no-hitter, you probably have not walked a lot of batters.
Oh, yeah.
There has not been anyone on base. That pitcher's been throwing from the windup the entire game. If I get on with a bunt, now the guy who's been money on the windup has to go to the stretch. That's a different way to pitch, and he hasn't pitched it all day long. So I'm going to.
My goal is not to help my opponent.
To put the pitcher in the stretch position.
Don't yell anything when an opposing fielder is trying to catch a ball.
Everybody does it.
Apparently, A-Rod once famously yelled, "I got it," when a Blue Jays player was trying to catch a ball.
Well, you should call the center fielder's got that.
Center fielder gets the ball, too.
No, center fielder's got the call even on the infield.
That's a little ticky-tacky. I was not a big fan of the kids I coach in doing it, but you play enough baseball, enough leagues, there's some teams that do it.
If it's kids, that's one thing. But I mean, think about football. Every time they line up, we're going to think about Max Crosby. Dude, why don't you call calling me little boy? Like, you're talking before the play. They're trying to get in your head.
You bet.
Again, my goal is not to let you in. My goal is to beat the living hell out of you.
And then the number one unwritten rule of baseball, and it has to do with us adult fans. If you catch a foul ball and you look around and there's a doe-eyed little child there staring at that foul ball that
Wait till you grow up, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Or his father should have caught it.
You're damn right. Your dad's got doggone butterfingers over there. Get a better dad, not my ball.
Yeah, your dad, your uncle, somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A Bojangles in North Carolina has gone viral online, Miles.
Why is that?
I'll tell you all about it at 5:50.
I like Bojangles. Okay, headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. Have we made it to drinking time?
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Good time it is, as usual. We head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we chose sports veteran broadcaster Sage Steele. Man, do you guys remember when we had her on the show this year?
Every week.
What a warm and fuzzy, awesome human being she is. I can't think of anyone who I have ever met that I've enjoyed the company more other than
in Baltimore we had
other than everyone else I've ever met. Anyway, she's now hosting a brand new podcast, which is cleverly called The Sage Steele Show. So it debuted this past Tuesday. Her first guest, which, man, kind of huge, UFC president and CEO Dana White.
Who, by the way, on the record about 3 weeks ago, basically walked off a podcast and said, I hate doing podcasts. I hate doing interviews. He was only 2 to 3 minutes into the interview podcast, and he walked out. So I can't even believe he showed up.
Well, not only did he show up, man, he gave her about 2 good hours, and they were doing the interview. So the final question that Sage Steele posed to Dana White was, and I quote, "What is Joe Rogan's dream?" Well, after an awkward moment, Dana asked, "Do you think I was Joe Rogan?" Steele admitted that she did, and that's when Dana spoke to someone off camera and said, quote, "She just called me effing Joe Rogan." After she kissed his ass, which she absolutely did, Dana did answer the question about what his dream is and how he goes about things. But instead of explaining Joe Rogan's dream, he did, in fact, explain his own. He'd been there for 2 hours.
Yeah, I
and she dropped that, and he was just like, so there's an awkward pause. Just like, "Do you think I am Joe Rogan?" She's like, "Well, yeah." He's like, "I'm not. I'm the guy that you asked for, Dana freaking White, you dumbass."
White people look alike.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I've been saying
Actually,
it for
those
years.
2 guys do look alike, but you just talked to this guy for 2 hours, so you should.
You asked for him. You said you wanted Dana White. That's the guy who showed up. And just like Joe Rogan. Dumbass. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Hey, Stephen Throhill, could you please, everyone, now Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Noah. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Mark, what's going on?
All right, Noah, you understand how this game was played?
Yes, I do.
All right, you got your choice of one of 3 stories. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
I'll do the interior decorating.
All right, here is your story. A man in northern China, he was sent to a medical center for an intense stomachache, only for it to be revealed later that a 12-inch object was inside of his gastrointestinal tracts. Now, the patient was sent to a medical center. Ultrasound and x-ray scans revealed the object was located within the gastrointestinal tracts, and it perforated his intestines, resulting in peritonitis. In case you're wondering, peritonitis is a redness and swelling, inflammation basically, of the lining of your belly or abdomen. Now, surgeons later removed the object from his body, as well as cutting away a necrotized section of the rectum, and they had to create an artificial stoma. And a stoma, that's a small opening in the abdomen, which is used to remove body waste, such as feces and urine, into a collection bag. So basically, if you had a colostomy bag, the stoma is the opening from you.
Is that from you? So that comes in from the back, not the mouth, right?
What do you mean?
To get a 12-inch item in there, based on the fact that perforated.
They never found out exactly how the object got there, but as doctors, they go, you probably did not swallow this, right?
Gotcha.
So, as the next line says, has not been confirmed exactly how the object got inside the man's body. Spoiler alert, he put it up his butt. But the question is, what was in his body via his posterior? Was it a ruler, a toy sword, a candle, or an eel? Ruler, toy sword, candle, or eel. Quick side note, all of those have been, in fact, inserted into people's rectums.
Where'd you say it was?
Self-inserted. This is northern China.
All right, you did say China.
The Quang province, if that helps.
Noah, I'm gonna go Anagi on this one.
Eel?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear me?
Say it again. We didn't hear what your answer was.
I said a candle.
You're going to go candle there. All right. Like a candle in the wind.
I mean, it seemed very specific, so I'll just go ruler.
Ruler. Okay. What did this guy have in his intestines there? Was it a ruler, a toy sword, a candle, or an eel? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories: interior decorating on profile. Let's get a man in China had a 12-inch item that perforated his intestines. Don't know if it was in his stomach and where the hell it was.
Yeah, they believe he inserted it through the backside.
I guess it was successfully removed through a surgery that took more than it should have. Question is, what was up in his business? A ruler, a toy sword, a candle, or an eel?
And that's the very question that we posed to our caller, Noah. He picked a candle, but no, it was not a candle. D. Ted Smith, you went 12 inches. Let's just take a ruler. It was not a ruler. Miles, you went unagi, a.k.a. eel.
Oh!
And an eel is butt.
Isn't unagi, though, the Japanese word for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Well, he was in China. Close enough.
For as much as we know.
The Chinese word
Thanks,
is for
Sage.
Right, exactly. But it's got to be close, right?
Yeah, they're bald white guys.
Everybody has a different name for anything. I'm close. I feel like I'm geographically in the ballpark.
I don't speak French.
Asia. Yes, you hit that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now for all TV news all the time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. The Jimmys.
Kimmel and Fallon.
Seth Meyers.
Sure.
Writers.
Ooh.
Stephen Colbert. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It's right there. The title. These guys have teams of talents and writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
A lot of Americans, in fact, 84% of them say whenever they go out of their way to pay it, or Jesus Christ. A lot of Americans, in fact, 84% of them say they go out of their way to pay it forward whenever they can. But with this inflation, it doesn't happen very often.
Fallon.
Colbert?
Smith!
Oh, damn it.
Dipping our toes into politics and inflation jokes. Which toe you think I dipped in?
I'd say your little one.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know
Just
why.
a pinky toe.
I was going to say the same thing. A British Airways passenger had to sit through a 7-hour flight with an exposed bolt digging into his head because his seat didn't have a headrest. Honestly, though, it's just nice to hear about a plane that has bolts.
Kimmel.
Colbert.
Fallon.
A British Airways passenger had to sit through a 7-hour flight with an exposed bolt digging into his head because his seat didn't have a headrest. I mean, honestly, it's just nice to hear about a plane that has bolts.
The fast food chain Burger King has announced they'll be offering free Whoppers in honor of next month's solar eclipse when the sun will be totally obscured for parts of the country. Meanwhile, Taco Bell customers said, "What's the sun?"
Myers.
Colbert.
Myers.
The fast food chain Burger King has announced it will offer free Whoppers in honor of next month's solar eclipse when the sun will be totally obscured for parts of the country. Meanwhile, Taco Bell customers said, "What's the sun?"
I still contend, outside of college students and high school students, Miles is the exception. You're the only adult I know that eats Taco Bell during the day.
Mornings.
I know. It's like, to me, like Mike and I are just like, ooh. It's like nighttime. Like, let's get some Taco Bell. Turns out Flacco, the Central Park owl who captivated New York after he escaped the zoo and roaming the city for a month, had pigeon herpes and 4 types of rat poison in his city when he died. Well, at least we can take comfort. No, he died doing what he loved. Eating poison, and banging gutter doves.
Kimmel?
Colbert.
It turns out that Flacco, the Central Park owl who captivated New York after escaping the zoo and roaming the city for months, had pigeon herpes and 4 kinds of rat poison in the system when he tragically died. Well, at least we can take comfort knowing that he died doing what he loved. Eating poison and banging gutter doves.
I don't know pigeons can get herpes.
I'm getting to the point where I think anything can get herpes.
Yeah, I got to stop sleeping with pigeons.
Well, right, it's like all those koala bears with chlamydia.
Oh, I've known about them.
So I got a shingle shot.
But in that, in that owl's defense, I mean, if you were in basically animal jail and you break out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or the animal doghouse.
Yeah. I mean, I did 3 nights in jail, and the first thing I did was eat a giant breakfast.
I thought you say have sex with a pigeon.
Oh. It broke me.
3 days, started sleeping with pigeons.
They treat you like an animal in there, man. You come out like an animal.
Jesus Christ. That's a lie. First thing I did was take a shower with a temperature of my choice, with real soap.
Yes.
Not just whatever it is they give you.
Temperature of my choice, yes.
Everybody in here like good times?
I love
phrase
that.
that. Miles thrilled. Did you guys enjoy good times?
Yeah,
Mike,
I see what you did there, but yes, I did.
Well, it's too old for. Mike, you might have watched it on reruns. Yeah, I did.
There's no chance.
It's
Mike
fun.
watched
It was funny. It was a funny show, and it related to everyone from kids to adults. So you might have missed a lot of the adult jokes, but as a kid, you could still watch it, and it was fun.
I mean, like, I like Good Times, but honestly, I didn't even watch that much Good Times.
Oh, I did, man. Go say it. Say it. Say it.
Miles did too.
What?
You watched Good Times.
Yeah. Everyone did.
For some reason, I watched a lot of What's Happening.
Yep.
What's Happening Now.
Because that was funny. I think if you're a kid, that would be a funnier show.
Right, but like we watched the Jeffersons, so like I watched shows all around that era. But like for some reason, Good Times we just didn't watch a ton of. And then I remember also at that age, like we really liked 227. But I bring up
that was a fun show.
I bring up 227 and Jack Hay, and people like I have had friends out here that are like, I don't think you should say her name like that. I was like, I know it looks like Jackie, but like that was how you pronounce it.
That's how she
Jack
says
Hay.
her name.
Yeah. So Good Times.
They think you're being an ass.
They think I'm being racist.
Do we have another one of those situations where, like a Jenna Jameson thing with Jimmy Walker? Like he had a book?
Yeah, he had a book.
Or something like that, but he didn't want to talk about...
He didn't want to say dynamite.
Yeah, there was something...
He wouldn't say it.
Yeah, he wouldn't say it. So don't ask him to say dynamite.
Yeah, whatever.
But wasn't the name of the book Dynamite?
Yes, exactly.
He didn't want to say it. We're like, we would not have asked him to say it. We're not that bare bones about it. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter. I just want to talk to you. But it makes the interview bad from the jump because that's the only thing they kept reinforcing. Don't ask about Dynamite. Like, dude, the name of the book that we're promoting has Dynamite.
Well, plus he was doing stand-up.
Yeah.
And like one thing, like, look, I like Bert Kreischer. I think he's hilarious. Me and Miggs years ago were lucky enough to do a podcast with him. Actually, and G. Scott, who does radio in town. But, like, I like Bert. But, like, Bert, you could tell sometimes, like, and he plays it off super well, but I don't know if he still does it. But, like, for years, like, he couldn't do, like, people yell the machine. And because he got so famous for that, like, he would end every set and he would retell that story and do the machine.
Right.
So, like, for J.J. Walker, like, when you're doing comedy clubs, like, people are going to yell Dynamite.
You got to know this.
Correct.
You have to know.
I mean, that's one of those things, too. It's like, when you set it up, don't ask him to say it. Don't say it. It's like, dude, you might as well just come out and at some point be like, oh, thanks for the interview. It was dynamite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Embrace it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't often go out, but when I do, I enjoy Vietnamese food.
Right. Embrace it.
So they're doing a Good Times reboot on Netflix. It's animated and it's R-rated.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so it'll be a little different. One of the characters, I like this, they say a precocious drug-dealing baby. All right. Seth MacFarlane's one of the producers. Okay. Because it's animated. Steph Curry is another one of the producers.
Okay, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
get his hand in there.
Sometimes that means you just add money to the.
You're funding
production.
the project, right?
Okay.
Well, and he also, one, he's funny, and two, didn't he also produce that Holy Moly show?
He did.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
God, that's
and
right.
he's a massive golfer and everything.
Well, even like Family Guy, there's some black jokes in there I can't believe they got away with. Like when you watch like the reruns, the older episodes, you're like, wow, that was.
Well, Cleveland told him.
I know, exactly.
You get away. Who tells the joke?
Exactly. Neil Brennan wrote a lot. He can't say them.
Right. Neil Brennan was the writer on Chappelle's show. Or we were talking earlier about Louis C.K. wrote a lot of Chris Rock's act.
And guess who wrote Good Times? An old Jewish guy.
Right. That's why I asked you today. Because we were talking about this today. When I woke up this morning, I was reading about this, and I was like, seems odd Seth MacFarlane's the producer. Then I'm like, so I asked Thurl, I wasn't a big Good Times guy. And he was like, no, it was an old Jewish guy that wrote it. So I'm like, all right, I'll track.
Look, funny is funny. And if you're not doing it with ill intent.
Right.
You know, people get up in arms about everything. We know that. And the truth is, people are going to get up in arms about something. So if you have pure intent, don't worry about the noise. Like, you can be mad. You can say all this crap that you want to say. No one came to me to ask my intent.
Right.
It's
well,
fine.
yeah.
Was it funny?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
well,
good.
listen, it's a lot like a group of friends, right? Mm-hmm. Or even a family member, right? Like we could all sit here and make we could sit here and make jokes on Miles. But somebody that doesn't know Miles is making those jokes. Like, hey, hang on, man. That's offensive.
Right.
If I tell someone I'm from West Virginia,
you know it's coming.
They just start railing on me. And I'm like, dude, but if you did it, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know why, but.
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah.
So that's coming out. The characters are described as the latest generation of the Evans family from the Norman Lear sitcom. So yeah, but the voices are pretty awesome.
I'd watch this show.
I'm gonna watch it. Jay Farrow's one of the voices. Wanda Sykes, who we all like. JB Smooth's in there. So like, looks pretty good.
We got some heavy hitters in there, man. Damn.
Yeah. And I mean, look, there's not a ton of cartoons Seth MacFarlane makes that I don't thoroughly enjoy.
That's a good point.
So that'll be a good one. Now, on the opposite end of Good Times, Judge Judy. She's 81 years old. Wow, I was just saying. She says she works out every day for a total of 10 hours a week. I don't think this should be surprising to anybody.
She looks thin. She always has.
Right? She looks like she does not look 81 to me. She looks like a woman that is that age. Listen, you know what else I'll bring up? I don't know if you guys saw the video yesterday of Skip Bayless shooting jump shots.
No.
And people are like, greatest jump shot and this and that. And it's like, you can make fun of Skip Bayless for some of his takes and everything, but to his credit, that man is 75 years old. So his jump shot doesn't look as awesome as, say, Curry's. But like,
right.
I'm telling you, like my
was he
mom's,
making buckets?
Yeah.
Good.
And it's a little, like, it's still a pretty good J. It's wet, but it's like, he's 75, dude. I don't know when the last time you knew 75-year-olds, but
I haven't.
Right, like the bulk of them aren't playing basketball, period.
When's the last time you jumped?
Yeah, right?
Right. Let alone shoot.
Yeah,
exactly. It's a jump shot.
Yeah, I think people have a skewed reality of stuff sometimes.
You forget how much your legs help on that, too. Until you
the jump shot.
Until you get into a rhythm, you're like, ooh, my legs are...
I was showing Mike the other day, Rex Chapman, right? Who was a great NBA player, great college player, Kentucky, pretty
won
famous.
Won a dunk contest, I believe it.
Right, but he, he's got a new book out, go through all the struggles of addiction and everything, and somebody asked him about dunking, and he was like, man, when I turned 50, I think he's like 51 or 52, he's like, I dunked. Because they were like, can you still dunk? He was like, I dunked. And he's like, it wrecked my legs for 6 months.
That's like, it hurts.
Wow.
That's the truth, though.
He can get up.
He can.
Just couldn't land.
Hey, by the way, Ted, just so you know, someone here says Bert Kreischer said on the podcast last year that his daughter's favorite sweatshirt was the KISW one.
Oh, no kidding.
We need to get him some more swag.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, I'm telling you, Bert Kreischer, when we were sitting there BSing with him, I don't know him personally. Miggsy's knows him kind of more, but he was so awesome. He was that funny, and hanging out with him. I mean, we hung out backstage forever, and I mean, he's just that guy.
Okay,
that's not really an act. I don't know that he's the funniest comedian in the world. I'm kind of jealous of him because he just really gets up there and tells really good stories and everything. But man, if you can get there with him, he's awesome. What you see on stage is pretty much what you're guessing.
I'm going to watch that.
I'm sure he has bad days. He's not not actually inhumane.
But when he needs to be on, he's a good guy.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to be on with us.
Right,
He could have blown us off, but he was like, oh yeah, I'll hang out for a minute. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Let's see. You got opening day. Your Mariners are in action. Don't forget, you also have the NCAA men's basketball tournament's back in action tonight. I mean, you got sports going on. Good night. Go M's.
Cracking the whole deal. San Diego State's playing tonight.
Oh, there you go.
My daughter's school. Now I have someone to root for.
Aztecs?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada. Yada yada. Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out, yada yada. And bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
There are any number of reasons you might consider selling your home. That's where an agent who is a realtor comes in to navigate the process to sell your home in a way that's right for you. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story. We go to North Carolina, where a restaurant chain has gone viral. Wrong one. An eagle-eyed resident of the area was going about their day on the job when they looked across the street to one of the country's favorite fast food restaurants, Bojangles. But a quick glance turned into a hard stare as the resident noticed something was off about the sign over the door, even looking up the restaurant online to make sure that they weren't crazy. After confirming the truth, the man took a photo and posted it online and has since gone viral because the name of the restaurant was misspelled.
It was like Bongongle or...
Yeah, they had moved the G of Bojangles up in front of the N. And so it was, Bognalese. Which is always good. That's fun. In other news, down to Oakland, California, where the city is now caught in an optics nightmare. This is a
How can
story.
Oakland have an optics nightmare?
Yeah, get ready. In an effort to enforce rules against graffiti and get it cleaned up around the area, the city began issuing citations to residents that didn't clean up the graffiti and had been sprayed onto their property, threatening fines of $1,100 if they didn't clean it up before the next city inspection, and additional $1,200 fines for each subsequent violation as they continued to inspect the neighborhoods. They were cracking down on it, man. If you got it on your property, I know you didn't put it there, but you got to be the one that's cleaning it. We come out there, we find it, you're going to get fined, and then every time we come out there, we're going to come out there every month, and we're going to start just pinging you every time. But they've hit a little optics snag as they've issued a citation to one Victor Silva Sr., a wheelchair-bound resident. And he's 102 years old.
And they're going to find his ass?
Yeah. He's been living in the area for about 80 years and said that he would just paint over the graffiti in his younger days. Like, he didn't mind cleaning up, and doing all that. But now he has to solicit the help of family in order to avoid the heavy penalties. After hearing the story, a city inspector told media that they'd be conducting an immediate inspection and presumably cancel the citation.
Mostly because it's gone national.
You're not wrong.
I mean, that's how it usually works, right? I mean, just like, we don't care. We're going to do this. It's a money grab. And then once it gets national media attention, hey, thanks for bringing it to our attention. Like, no, he brought it to your attention.
This was a big oversight on our part, which, like you said, even if they said, guys, he's 102 years old and he's in a wheelchair, like, can we get this done? I'm sorry, rules are rules.
Right.
Right up until it hits the media.
That is how it works.
Oh, yeah, this is an upstanding citizen. He did great things. We're actually going to give him the money from all the citations.
Yeah, I know. They're going to do something for him now.
You know it. Over in Montana, a man is facing the courts on charges of DUI after he was spotted by fellow drivers, and he didn't exactly hide it. At about 3 in the morning, officers got reports of our drunken suspect as other drivers noted that he was driving in the wrong direction on I-90 for about 27 miles.
Wow.
Yeah. Officers were able to track him down and arrest him, and he's facing felony charges. And I did say, look, on the one hand, I completely agree. DUI, terrible thing. Driving the wrong way down the road, terrible thing. On the freeway, no less. Terrible thing. Being so blasted out of your mind that you can go 27 miles down the freeway in the wrong direction, you don't know it. That is a terrible, terrible thing.
How else could you go 27 miles down a freeway the wrong direction without noticing?
Exactly. You're in Montana.
There's no one there.
Look, I love Montana. Montana's a great place. I've been out there. Have a great time every time I go out there. It's not unheard of for you to drive 27 miles down the freeway of Montana and not see a soul out there.
Well, my wife moved here. She said, and she drives fast anyway, but she said the fastest they drove was Montana. She was like, there is no one on the road, and it's a big-ass state.
I mean, yeah, last time I drove, not I-90, I forget what road we were on, but it was the middle of the day on like a Friday. And like me and my buddy at a certain point were like, dude, this is kind of spooky. We have not seen another car.
Right.
Not one past us, not one behind us.
Right.
Like to the point I was like, are we on the right road?
And you can see far too. It's not like they're just around the corner, dude. You can see for 7-8 miles.
Hey, it was, yeah.
Yeah. It gets a little intimidating after a while. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's dark out there. It's not like they have doggone street lights out there on the freeway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, again, what he did was bad. He deserves the charges that he's getting. Did he endanger lives?
It just is. Just is.
And just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully there's good news.
We go to one of my favorite places, gents. An auction, where a fine piece of film memorabilia has just been sold. It was mentioned earlier today, but the classic romantic tale Titanic has a notorious piece of memorabilia that has been the bane of romantic existence for some time. The chunk of door frame that Rose used to survive the sinking of the ship, where she wouldn't just scoot the hell over for Jack to be able to save both of their lives.
Thank you.
It was just taken to auction, where the winning bidder walked away with the frame after a hefty $718,750 bid.
Damn. I mean, it is an iconic piece of cinema. I just did not like the movie, but I can recognize that it's a part of cinematic history.
What are you going to do with it?
Display it and tell people that's the door from the top.
You know,
even if I went to your house, I did not enjoy Titanic, but if I knew you had that, like, hey, let me see this.
Also, put it on your closet.
Just have it laying on the ground. People walk in and have two people lay on it to prove the point that Rose was a pain in the butt.
That's right.
It's selfish.
You know what I do? I'd use it as a pool float. You know, it fits too. Should throw that out there.
Yeah. Dude, you go out for a boating day and then you just throw that bad boy out in the water. Yep. Amber alert. Missing child in Everett. Check your phones, everybody. So there we go. Good news. Men's Room IPA continues to spread around the Pacific Northwest. Our friend Scott shot us an email, said that it's at the Safeway in Silverdale. Our buddy Robert found it at the Safeway over in Bremerton. And then our friend Jason found it on tap. I'm going to screw up the name. O'Finnigan's Pub in Everett.
I'm guessing it's O'Finnigan's. Right. I saw how they typed it in. I'm like, O'Finnigan's? O'Finnigan's.
Right.
Yeah.
My guess, it's an Irish joint.
You know what? I had that same guess.
O'Finnigan's? O'Finnigan's.
Can't get a quesadilla in here.
And you can find a comprehensive locations at the Men's Room page of KISW.com.
Still get a quesadilla.
Hey, you get nachos. You have Irish nachos?
O'Finnigan's.
Men's Room Sports March Madness continues. You've got Sweet 16 games on tonight on CBS, TBS, and True TV. Basketball on NBA Network, and the return of your Seattle Kraken.
Man, there's a ton of sports on there.
It's back, Miles. I know that you missed it yesterday, so there you go. As they host those bitch-ass Anaheim Ducks once again. That puck drops at 7 p.m. over on Root Sports Plus because it's opening day, which means your Seattle Mariners are about to begin their path to the World Series by hosting that team that's a little too focused on footwear, the Boston Red Sox. First pitch is at 7 o'clock over on Root Sports.
I'm not saying they're not going to show up the fans, but I have not seen one Red Sox hat downtown today. Everyone's wearing Mariners.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Usually when the Sox are in town,
seriously.
you know they're in town.
I love it.
As far as your weather, possibility of some rain tonight, but bidding it a fond farewell as we're going to go into the opening baseball weekend, baby, with some beautiful sunny and 60-degree weather for tomorrow. Enjoy that. And that is it for your headlines with that. Go Mariners, Mike Hawkins on!
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Ted versus the FCC and a baseball-inspired Bad Choice Friday.
Yes, indeed, Mike. I wish you could get a little fired up, at least for the Mariners.
A little
My
bit.
God, dude. In the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The men's room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
My 13-year-old acts like a puppy again.
Almost overnight, she's a different dog.
Perfect poops.
When people switch their dog's food to the farmer's dog, the effects can seem like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply real meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of highly processed pellets. No tricks, just smarter, healthier pet food delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. Get 50% off your first order at thefarmersdog.com/no-magic.
Listening to your favorite podcast? That's smart. Earning your degree online from Southern New Hampshire University? That's really smart. With 24/7 access to coursework, no set class times, and dedicated student support, you can go to school when and where it works for you. Low online tuition means you can even do it for less. And dedicated student support means we'll be with you from day one to graduation and beyond. Join a community of learners just like you. Go to snhu.edu today to start your free application.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.